We are live. Hi guys, awesome to see you all the gang's in the house. I see. Epic to see you all. A wiggly, pull my flat thumb, fartaday, party, a marty farty party. You guys do not know what you're in for today. Really, guys, this is going to be a splatter day. I've got a special whoopee cushion. If you just had a curry, okay, like a Hanson in chat. Okay, save your guffs up for later. Let me just check my comms are in order. Oh, it's awesome to see you all, guys. Happy Fartaday! Ooh. Okay, sounds good. Happy Fartaday! Sounds Irene. Okay, we're in business. Good to see you all, guys. Right. So we're going to have a special party later on. We're going to have a little session. An unbelievably clever genre was released on me by Dave Waffles House this week. I'm still recovering from it. I'm going to share it with you later. It's one of those golden moments on YouTube that don't happen very often, but they're here today. So they're going to happen. We're going to get epic. I'm going to show YouTube what it's all about. So what is the context of this post? Well, we're going to have a carty party, tarty farty party, a horse and carty farty tarty party. It's a mouthful. I'm going to think about the wagon trains. Okay, run them up, roll them out, rawhide. Okay, paint your wagon. Okay, I'm going to think about all of those intrepid pioneers that were brave enough or foolhardy enough, one or the other, to all meet up at St. Louis and then make their way west in the search of a new life with their children. And then it took 4 to 6 months to reach the Californian coast or California, cross the mountains, cross deserts. Many died on the way, hardly any got there. But awesomely, they must have took some master masons with them, with some plans that have been repeated everywhere in the world. Because when they got to the west coast of America, they managed to knock up these amazing, massive fucking cities, okay, with the same architectural style of all of the other buildings in Christendom. So I think that is something seriously wrong with the Wagon Trains narrative. Even in the official accounts, when you know, Wikipedia tell you a lot of old bollocks anyway. We all know that, but you know, what we're going to use. So they've messed the dates up. There's just no way you could make these cities appear in the dates that they give us for crossing America by wagon train, the pioneers. And then later, the railway arrived, which took people west, but not really a transcontinental railway until as late as 1869. Okay, so we're going to look into that. I'm going to show you some images. Make your own minds up. I don't think it's humanly possible. I really do think they were going there because they knew that there was a utopia, a golden civilization, a huge civilization waiting for them there. Just like reset arrivals. And what's more, these people giving up everything, possibly going to die on this trip, which is a very distinct possibility, especially with Injuns, which apparently was a very rare thing. It didn't really happen. The Indians got bad press. I don't think they were doing any of that scalp. I think that was just a story. Like it's all a story, isn't it? It's all a narrative. I really do think that them cities were there and in place. And I will give you the evidence in this post. See what you think for yourself. Do the dates yourself. Make your own decisions. I'm just basically here to share my research with you this week. I've got another post coming this week. I've made some like just mind-blowing discoveries. It's just, we're going to be recording that. I'm going to record that later this week and bring it out to you because it's going to need what's the word in? It's going to need a delicate touch. Okay, it's going to need gentle touch. Touching me, touching you. So that's going to be epic. Later on, we're going to have a look at Tartaria, and wonder, because we're going to follow some of these trails, like the Oregon Trail and other trails, and then these wagon trails actually went down into Texas till the latter half of the 19th century. Yet Texas has massive courthouses, old Tartarian buildings with the same matching architecture as the rest of Christendom for some reason. Later on, we're going to look at vintage photographs of West Bank antiquities, Guatemalan pyramids, and we're going to have a farty party later on. Okay, this week, really interesting. I'm feeling all holy this week. I'm holy anyway, as most of you already know. And I don't mean holding my nose elsewhere. I mean, I'm holy. And this is why. I was born in St David's Hospital, which used to be the workhouse, by the way, in Cardiff, dear old Cardiff. Literally a stone's throw away from the resting place of Jesus's uncle, Joseph of Arimathea. And we went there this week. And if you watch Hidden History's Ross channel, his coverage of it, he's got, I made some mistakes. You know, this place had citations from the Bishop of Bethlehem was buried there, the birthplace of Jesus. And some of the discoveries that came since, and there's new books out there, and they're really, you know, sort of getting to be like mainstream are looking at it now after the Wilson and Beckett days. Very distinct possibility. Now, there was, as I mentioned before, Jesus came to Wales with Joseph and Mary. Which Mary? Which Mary? Mary Magdalene or Mary the Virgin Mother? Okay. What about Joseph? Well, Joseph gets dumped out of the story. I don't think Jesus had a carpenter father. I think it's much more likely that his father was wealthy, maybe an iron man working in metals, and that was Joseph of Arimathea, who wrapped him in the Turin shrouds, because there was only a few there, get him down off the cross and get him out of Dodge before the heat came down too much. They got him out. I think that's happened, and there is a mountain of evidence to support it. Somebody worded me up this morning and said, get over to Zen Garcia and have a word with Zen about it all. I actually think I might. Do love Zen. There's my brother, Trinity. So I'm going to see you next week. Bringing Cheryl, going to meet up with Ange and all of the Trinity gang and all of the flat earthers. It's going to be, yeah, too many legends in one place. I mean, we're going to have Dave Murphy, Dave Mannell, who's there in chat, Trinity for me, Mark Devlin, David Weiss, and Ian Leahy, and all of the other flat earthers, all in one place at one time. Oh my God, the energy is going to be off the fucking radar. This is next weekend. It's going to be in Bournemouth. You can go for like a day event. I'm presenting on the Sunday at 4:30 to Tartaria. But apparently you can get like a day entry. So that'll be on the Sunday, next Sunday. So if you're not doing the whole weekend and getting a tent and stuff, which I would advise to get, you can get a tent for 25 quid. And we'll have a little mini Glastonbury affair, okay? A little Stonehenge for solstice. Happy solstice, by the way. It's been a beautiful little solstice, I must say. And the day that yesterday that we see Joseph of Arimathea's grave, we didn't even know or work it out that it was solstice. It just all sort of so beautiful and all fell into place, and just felt so like important, like something big was happening that I have no idea what, because nobody really tells me who and what I am for some reason. So I don't think the wagon trains were a thing. I think it's just another narrative, like many narratives, to try and explain away all of this world that's actually existing out there. So that's what I'm going to share with you, and a load more today. There's hundreds and hundreds of pictures, fresh and juicy, that I'm going to share with you that you mostly wouldn't have seen before, probably. Oh, so we got somebody here from Philadelphia, 97 degrees, is it, King? Fuck a duck. That's really hot. We've been looking into Philadelphia because there's a big Welsh presence in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania mines, etc. I guess. So yeah, so can't wait to see my brother Dave, that's going to be epic. Could be shakes in the house. Joanne. Midsummer greetings to you too, lovely. Marianne. Okay, Marianne. I'm going to mod you up. You're a keeper. You're a keeper. You're a keeper. In fact, Adam Cook said, Matt, make Marianne moderator because she's... There he is. Oh, hiya, Adam. I was just talking about you. Small world. My brother Adam. Who is also an epic, beautiful person and a keeper. We love you. Okay. And Marianne too. There you are. KJV, good to see you, my friend. So yeah, there's going to be monster clues in this. I got some images. They're going to flip your head later on in this. You're going to wonder what the fuck is going on. Lovely content and info, Martin. Thank you, Akira. It's very kind of you. Epinephrine. Oh, we love Epinephrine. She's so pretty. And Truth Seeker Manage is in the house. Shared my shit. He's awesome. He's Manage. Every time I say something about Manny on YouTube, he clips it and he puts it up on his channel. So this one's for you, Manny. Epic truther, flat earth brother. Wiggly squiggly flat thumbs. Pull my thumb. Pull my thumb. Go on. Pull it hard. Okay, there's a bigger one coming later. Make sure if you've had a curry or something to save them all up. We're all going to have a big farty party later. Rich, where you been? Oh, Ceiling Fan Man, we are blessed. We're blessed with Ceiling Fan Man in the house. We love you. Where have you been? You've been to London to visit the Queen. And there is Chanyan. Good to see you, Chanyan, in the house. Beetlejuice. See, all these years you've been your Beetlejuice, and I have yet to say Beetlejuice 3 times Beetlejuice, just in case. Take no chances. So we're having a relaxing coal lit fire today. New breaking pattern. Okay. Entire Cosmos. Good to see you. Worldwide Ghosts. Lots of worlds and cosmos going on. I realise I'm a flat earther. Abby. Is Mel here? I know. I don't know where Mel is. We're sending her a psychic message right now. Melage, where are you? Rain. Woof. Fearless Vic. We love your name, Fearless Vic. This is what it's all about here for us, is being without fear in this place. This is how we get anywhere in this story, actually, is being without fear, being unafraid to say something, unafraid to be love in a world full of fear and hate, and just smile. And just smile and just know that all will be well. All is well amongst the universe. Ted Young, Bloodline of the Holy Grail. Well, we're going to be getting to that. It's just such a mind-blowing thing. Can't even believe it, actually. TW. Let's hippie linking up. Manager's channel. Okay. Susan Armstrong in the house. Giving love to our Ceiling Fan Man. Marianne Dimples. Arcadia Hoff. Good to see you, Arcadia Hoff. I was mentioning Arcadians just in the comments earlier about the good Arcadians up in Nova Scotia of Welsh descent. And they've had a bit of a time. There's a few peoples in this place that seem to have had a bit of a shit time of it. And the Acadians are one of them. Over the Celts. Polish. They don't seem to have a good time in any wars. Kindness costs nothing. Yeah, well, you start with that as default. Getting over yourself's a biggie. Like, ego's a fucking destroyer. I've been on YouTube 10 years, and I've been literally affected with it in the past. People like fucking old deer in the headlights, and I've got acted weird as well. But it is all just bullshit, guys. Honest to God. That is never going to help anyone in the long run. Let me fucking tell you that for nothing. Especially just like, fuck all that. I'll do what I wanted to do. Right, and since the very beginning, I just wanted to just be with you lot, just be one of the people. And all of these YouTube channels that act all aloof and keep themselves from the people and all of that, don't know their names and all of that. That's just bullshit. I don't do that shit. I'm one of you. I'm here with you. Yeah, love is the highest state of consciousness, and ego is not your ego. No, ego is a destroyer. Is what ego is. But you get a lot of that hubris and stuff when you're younger, you know, and especially with knowledge, you know, people like to protect their knowledge base, don't they? And if you, you know, you shake their paradigm, they're like, they can get angry, they can, you know, start thinking hate thoughts and stuff. It's like, what the fuck is this person doing? You know, I understand completely, but you don't have to listen to it. You just, you know, not much. Go watch Planet Earth. Kindness is free, spread it around. Yeah, start with the default of all it be love amongst anything else. You know, the thing is, you know, I've been around a while now, and what I noticed is the same thing keeps happening over and over again. I keep seeing patterns, and the longer you be here, the patterns keep repeating. And it's attached to childhood and type of person you are and what you vibrationally connect with. And some of us, unfortunately, it's not good. Is what I find. But it's all here to make us better people and grow anyway. Because without the shitheads, let's be honest, how would we be better people? You know, we got to have something to be better than to be better than the shitheads. That makes any sense. Okay. Gary Feltham's in the house. Okay, make sure to share this out if you like, guys, or whatever. It doesn't matter. Alvidas, good to see you. Check out the Forbidden Continents. Yeah, be thinking about them too. Vibes and Ripples in the house. No notification. Yeah, you won't get them. Kunzi Onesie. Did Jesus really exist? Well, lots of people think it's just an analogy to, you know, movements of the sun on December 21st, 25th, etc. I mean, and other ideas. But myself, I do think he existed. I think he was an Essene. I think he was a Gnostic. I think he came to Wales, set up Christianity. And I think that the Roman Catholic Church subverted it, made it what they made it today. Yay. Just wave a flag from fucking Vatican. But to silver liner miner it, I'm sure they did something good in their stay here, apart from the Inquisition, of course. We will torture you into unconditional love. Sorry, I gave the Spanish Inquisition a German accent. I don't know why I did that. Ranger, good to see you, my friend. Jewish Samaritan, welcome. Good to see you. Okay, happy people. And Squirrel Sniper's in the house as well. Awesome Squirrel. Been here since like fucking the last world. I think you've been here since before the towers fell. I'm not sure. But it was a long time ago. Anyway, so much time. There's not that many original YouTubers from that time left. Some are. Okay. Matt went off this week about mud, flood, and Tartaria being first grade truth stuff. Matt, as in Quantum of Conscious, Stan? No, I don't. That's the only Matt I'm thinking of. Well, it's a mixed thing. It's a mixed bag. You know, some people take it or leave it. I don't think the official historical narrative is in any regard true. I think that the paradigm we have existing now is a fake paradigm. I think the monarchy that exists now are imposters, and I think that the real bloodline inheritance to this place can be proved. I think with enough research. But we'll get to that later. That might not be popular. We'll have to see. Michael King, good to see you. If it's meant to be, it's meant to be, guys. It's been out of my hands, I'm sure. If it's anything to do with divine things, you know. Hi, Just Tracy, good to see you. Kathy Yang, good to see you. Marshall. David, good to see you. David Abris, 35 in Bulgaria. Stone of Crows. I'd love a hot day. It's like, oh, it's hot. I'd be like, fucking hell, yeah. Imposters everywhere. Yeah. Shit on a stick. Happy. Yeah. But silver line minery. Yeah. Okay. That's for Julia. Sorry, love. So saving fat up for later. Let's get into the juice. Okay. Flat of British, Martin League speaking. Wiggly flat thumbs. I'm going to think about Pinch a Wagon. I was born under a wandering star. I was born under a Hairy Mary's coming later, maybe, Adam. I've been thinking about Hairy Mary. Okay, so the official narrative is, according to Google, is wagon trains, caravans and wagons, organised by settlers in the United States for emigration to the West during the late 18th century and most of the 19th. But you can pinpoint it down to travelled by wagon train occurred primarily between the 1840s and 1880s. Okay, so there was no civilization prior to this point because they haven't got there yet. And the railways haven't arrived there yet either. So there is 6 months of traipsing themselves across deserts in these perilous wagon trains, dying and getting all sorts of problems like Injuns, apparently. Anyway, so horses and wagons were common until apparently 1920s and 1940s. Funnily, in the olden days, only every common man had a horse and only the elites had cars. And nowadays, only the elites have horses and the common man has cars. Funny how that flipped around. Anyway, so 1840s to 1850s, wagon tow, we're going west. We're going to build ourselves a civilization, but we're going to have to set up an infrastructure, some quarries. We're going to have to find all the stone. We're going to drag it there in carts. We'll make the carts. We'll find everything to do and build San Francisco with the 49ers that might be around by then. And maybe they'll come along a little bit later. They can help us out. Maybe some Chinese as well. Maybe they can build it. Here they are, traipsing across endless fucking deserts, wherever, New Mexico, and it's baking hot. And obviously, they got to circle the wagons every now and again, like we're going to do now in the Truther movement. Yes, we are. We're circling the wagons because we found Tartaria, and we're going to tell everybody in the world all about it. So we're going to circle the wagons because bows and arrows at them Injuns are going to come at us, and they have been coming at us. They're coming at me. So here they are. So what can we just presume that they got master masons and the ability to build a civilization on arrival, because there's only small settlements in these places in 1840s because civilization hasn't kicked off yet. So railway trains, did that get them west? Well, not at this period. 1850s, 1869, the first intercontinental. We'll look at some pictures of the first trains across America. So it wasn't that was populating the West Coast. So here they are at a stopping off station, and it says in Galveston, Texas. And here's a wagon train. And they're heading up. I don't know if they arrived or they're going. Galveston always seems really well developed, doesn't it, for such an early place? And there they are, taking their whole world with them. And then they're going to, basically get a little campfire going in the night, play some funky music, have a little dance. Obviously, they're all going to have to get on together. And where do they shit? I don't know. Probably just out in the woods. It's probably wagon trail poos all over the desert to this day. There they are. Okay. So do they look like they might be up to building the new world? They're just people, aren't they? So it asks the question. They're risking everything, their life, their limb, their families, to cross all of this wilderness, to go to build a civilization, find a plot of land or what have you. What were they escaping from? It must have been pretty bloody grim wherever they come from. I think they were, a lot of these people, like they do in the modern day, escaping some sort of persecution. There's a lot of Welsh, there's a lot of Europeans, a lot of Germans, etc. in these wagon trains heading west. The wild and woolly west. Okay, well, Pikes, Pear, or Bust, 1860. There's a guy here, he's a snake oil salesman. He got out there early on the wagon trains so he can sell them medicines and stuff. And they go from, I don't know, little town to little town. But they're not little towns, are they? There's movies show you they're little towns. So there's a stagecoach, and they look like they might be a little bit better off. But these roads here, apparently is what took the wagon trains. They are lethal. They are perilous, and apparently old Indian trails. Okay, well, I'm not believing that they did that. Okay, I can see they've shored it up all here, maybe earlier. People crossing, managed to get the time together to build and shore up this road. But they're meant to be older Indian trails and like the Oregon Trail. But I've been on these roads. You know, like the Route 66 was one of the early wagon train routes to Southern California, and some parts with the mountains and stuff are fucking lethal in a car in the modern day, guys. There's rocks hanging off, boulders rolling down into the road and shit. It is just really, really scary. So to do it in a wagon with all of your family, thousands of miles for 6 months, guys. So that would probably include through a winter, maybe a winter in Colorado, for example. Oh, yay. That's not pleasant. Endless days. So what they do for funds? You need horse feed. You wouldn't get it out there in the scrub. So you have to take that with you. You have to take all your beans for your family, all of the stores for your family, and somewhere to bed down the night for all your families. You can't all get in the back of your cart because obviously your stores are all in there. Seems like a really big logistical operation. It seems like you're cut off from any supply line, and they must have had money to do it. And according to the official narrative, which I'll show you now, Injun attacks were actually rare, very rare. This is a nice big cart here, taking people west. So, United States, this is a cartoon, so take it with a pinch of salt. Between 1700s and 1800s, in search of inexpensive land and an opportunity, American pioneers migrated westwards by the thousands. Wagon trains were formed for protection during the perilous journey along the routes such as the Oregon and Santa Fe trails. So I've been on that Santa Fe trail. It's an interstate now, by the way. Contrary to popular belief, attacks by American Indians were rare, but they happened. Disease killed thousands of pioneers. Okay, so dig, if they lived to get to the West Coast, because they're not coming up the coasts by boat, they're crossing the expanse of America. And then they get there and they manage to build these cities. I'm going to show you in a second. Yeah, okay. So what about the 49ers? He's a minor 49er. They are attributed to building San Francisco, aren't they? Well, there weren't many of them, actually. Maybe not. But by the end of 1848, okay, the wagon's been coming for 8 years or maybe more with smaller convoys. There were 6,000 Argonauts in California searching for gold. But you get on a little bit more, and there seems to be a large amount of people, an influx. It's estimated that approximately, fuck a duck. Oh, I went to shit, excuse me. Is estimated that approximately 90,000 people arrived in California in 1849. Okay, well, all by wagon train, 90,000. About half by land. Okay, 45,000 by wagon train. Okay, all right. We'll go with that for a second. And half by sea, possible. Of these, 50,000 of the 60,000 were Americans. The rest were from other countries. In 1855, it's estimated that 300,000 gold seekers, merchants, and other immigrants who were arrived in California from around the world. The largest group continued to be Americans, but there were tens of thousands of Mexicans, Chinese, Britons, Australians, French, and Latin Americans. Also smaller groups of miners, Filipinos, Basques, and Turks. Okay, right. So these people are cited for building San Francisco. The number of migrants were from China. Several hundred Chinese arrived in California, 1849 to 1850. Okay, well, I've got photographs of San Francisco, and it's a big fucking city by then, which I'll show you in a minute. I've got 1860 photographs. And 20,000 landed in San Francisco. Okay, so that seems to be a large number of people turning up, and they all turning up by wagon train. Half by wagon train, half by ship. So can we attribute to all of this mass migration to the West Coast, the shit out of nowhere, to the wagons? I think not. What about trains? Well, not really, because it didn't have any until a bit later on. Constructed between 1863 and 1869. And that is also a weird bullshit narrative, which I'll show you in a minute, because apparently the Chinese built the Intercontinental Railway. But when you get to the actual pictures of the moment when, the people traveling from the east and people traveling in the west met, there weren't any Chinese included. So yeah, there was an earlier railway that went from the St. Louis area. We'll have a look at that now shortly. Okay. So 1869 was the first intercontinental. So after the American Civil War was the first intercontinental. So trains west. Interesting that they did a railway line over a topography that looks like that. So the first ever proper railway you had in America, you had smaller ones there, was the Central Pacific, which was from Omaha to San Francisco. And there you can see it goes through Nebraska, looks like Colorado, Dakota, through Nevada, and down into San Francisco. So it had to go through the mountains, the desert. They started from this side, they started from that side, and they met in the middle, somewhere roughly here, which we're going to look at. Now, the topography that they put a railway over the line, that fascinates me, especially when Colorado, like Denver's a mile up, isn't it? So interesting they did that, or was it just there already and they dug it out? So the Oregon Trail, they arrive in Oregon, and a place that is mud flooded, a place like, that's been mud flood reset. Pictures of Portland, both Portland, Maine and Oregon, both burned cities and reset cities. But this is the Oregon State Building. As early as 1870, they have a large temple in Oregon. So you're going to take your horse and cart, arrive, and then build all of this civilization just the day you arrive. It doesn't start with apparently little shed type buildings or anything. It's just straight into building the massive civilization that is repeated everywhere in the world. So someone's got the plans. So here we are, the first intercontinental railway built by the Chinese and the Irish and other navvies. But you won't see any of them in this photograph. There's a nice little Masonic handshake. Well done for bullshitting the public. And they probably just took these trains, dug the tracks out, went from one town to the other, digging them out. That's my suspicion. In fact, I've seen a narrative that actually stated that years ago. There's the Oregon Trail, straight through the Rockies. Men, women, and families. And honestly, guys, I've done the journey in a car across Texas, New Mexico, Colorado, and Arizona into California, and it was a long fucking way. And unbelievably massive landscapes. It's hard to even believe they did it. Never mind got there alive. So Trails West, 1850. So, okay, we can presume Portland's a reasonable big city. Sacramento, San Francisco, Los Angeles wasn't. It was non-existent in the 1850s. It was a fucking village. No San Diego. Places like Santa Barbara, Santa Monica, all that doesn't even exist. So we got the Spanish Trail, which comes from Santa Fe. And this has got all of the over the Grand Canyon. I'd love to know how they got over the bloody Colorado River. Maybe they had a little bridge over the Grand Canyon. And then the Mormon Trail. I found out that Evans, writer for the Mormons, and Smith. This is, although Smith was an American, he's from Welsh descendancy. The Mormons, along with the Quakers, surprisingly, from Wales, and the Wesleyans also from Wales. Seem to start off a lot of these cults here. Anyway, so the Oregon Trail, crazy that is. Look, goes all the way up there, and the weather gets a bit gnarly up there in the winter, doesn't it? All the way. So they met here in St. Louis, and St. Louis, as you know, had the great the exhibition, the Louisiana State Purchase exposition, one of the biggest. St. Louis seems to be quite pivotal to the story. Here is the Omaha Railway, all the way through to San Francisco. Travelers for pleasure, health, and business. So looks like we got in 1869, which we have, because I'll show you in a second, an already big civilization. So it's been built earlier. I'm going to use Seattle first as an example because I found some photographs which I'm going to share with you I haven't seen before. So they arrive, they build these massive cities. The first thing they do is do a massive opera house with European paintings, Phoenician style ornamentation, beautiful decoration. And they just shit that out of nowhere. Maybe they just found that like they found everything else. The first Zeppelin round the world flight. So apparently there was a Zeppelin that went around this plane in the past. So yeah, this is in Seattle, nice big Coliseum theatre. It just looks like what it is, a bit of the old world. Actually, that is amazing, that building, the dome. So yeah, Seattle, it is electrified, the Coliseum building, absolutely fantastic. The inside of that dome looks really Moorish though. And then you've got buildings like this, you know, the Educational Hall, University of Washington, Seattle, Washington State, which looks like a mud flood, a giant red birka. Look at the size of these buildings. It's just, you know, it just doesn't seem, there's just not enough time to set up this sort of infrastructure to build these massive things, guys. It's just no. And then it's just women and children, like thousands of them, traipsing across all that wilderness, apparently, and arriving there. I'm not buying that at all. This stuff was here already. Look at this, City Hall. Okay, check out the road coming down, covering the windows there and there. It's like the mud came in that way and that way. Vitrification. Where'd the mud come from, Matt? I don't know. From above, from below. If you've got some sort of resonance in the water table mixes with the mud, and what you get then? Lahars, mud flows. That's right. And they happen every day in the modern world. So yeah, amazing architecture. You've got mud flooders galore in Seattle. And a lot of, you know, considering it's so far away from Phoenicia, they have got a lot of Phoenician architecture there. It is seaport though, after all. Hotel Seattle, these corner buildings, we have them here in Cardiff. There's an Injun hotel. It's identical to that building, guys. And it's like, it looks like the Flatiron as well, only thicker. You know, you can always get, no matter if you're in Melbourne, Sydney, Cardiff, you're in Wales, London, Manchester, it doesn't matter where you are. Here in Seattle, you're going to see these big buildings on the corner like this, like everywhere, and they're identical too. Huge doors. They got a lot of spaghetti sky wires going on there as well, I noticed. So yeah, that's unbelievable there. Look like they got a bit of mud on the floor though. But you know, I've seen on TikTok, you know, this subject's getting really big and popular. And a lot of these younger YouTubers, they're emphasizing on, you can't build all of this shit with a horse and buggy on a dirty old muddy road from the quarry. It would be a monumental exercise just for one building, wouldn't it? It'd take fucking years to get the stone in something, say, as big as this and a horse, and maybe 4 horses and a little bit bigger to be kind to them. And then what you're going to do when you haven't got, you know, the ability to carry big stones is build buildings with huge, colossal stones all the way up. Look at it. Look at this. All the way up, guys. Can you imagine? Oh, it's just ridiculous to think that, you know, that wasn't there. I think these buildings are already hundreds of years old. If you see them tarted up like this, it's because they've been reset and they've been refurbished. You always see it. Churches in where I live here, they say, "Oh, established 1812, refurbished 1898." It's like, well, what happened? Did something happen? So look at the size in this, and what they always got: orphanages. Orphanages are always massive buildings like this. It's quite sad. Too sad. So I'm not sure what that is floating on this thing here. I can't see any wheels, but yeah, this looks like where I am. You know, this looks like St. Mary Street. Yeah, it's Canada. Excuse me, America, Seattle. Look at that beautiful thing. That looks like an English Welsh stately home, doesn't it? Something in Britain. Just insane, and mud flooded as well. Look at this. So yeah, 1889 it says on there, guys. 1889 on that building. Yeah, to me, it looks like it's been standing a long while. It doesn't give me the appeal of a new building. It looks a bit weathered. Looks like it's been there a while. I think these buildings are hundreds of years older. And I think that there was a reset. I think they rewrite the history. They can do it, and it happened. The size of this architecture. Just unbelievable. So Seattle is another city that was, where you could interpret, dug out of the mud, but apparently they raised the city and moved the city like they did with bits of Chicago. Also the giant redwoods in the area, they had to go. And there's a giant scrotum totem. I'm going to show you a picture later of me with super rainbow on me on a Welsh totem with a mystical Celtic prayer on there for good things, good things. So, hey, I think I got a North American Indian in me somewhere, guys. Deep down, feel like I'm an Indian. So look at that, and that building will go straight down there under the mud. And the hill comes down here. Otherwise, they would have had to build a big retainer and build the building. Which come first, the hill or the building? It makes no sense. Building was there first. So this looks like, maybe they give you the interpretation that, bit of wood, bit of stone going on here, maybe some works going on. But, to my eyes, I can see the existence of what looks like a really old wall by there. And this thing, well, it looks dirty. And old. Oh yeah. First thing you do when you arrive, build a massive, massive, massive temple school. Just insane. But again, what we always see. Looks like shit outside, bit of building bags, sandbags, but never see these things going up. They're always completed. Maybe the roof's going on them, but that's because they got taken off in an event. Oh, look at that cedar stump house. It's nice. Tree stump house. Okay, we're moving on. So, (1889) was the Great Fire of Seattle, like we constantly talk about on these channels. But these photographs I haven't seen before, and they are mind-blowing, I think. So that's what I just showed you. Apparently, then buildings, maybe they say relatively new after the entire city gets wiped off the face of the earth. Look at these on the tram tracks. So these big, they look like electricity cables, and they're all buckled there and then, there and there. This place wasn't supposed to have an earthquake. It was supposed to just have one of those anomalous fires. Still very smoky there. They had time to line all the pipes up. Maybe that's some drilling or something. Look at this. Looks like Europe, World War II. Because you just beyond a joke, spooky to think that all American cities look like this in the late 1800s. And before, like we looked into it, no one was really bringing it up. It's just mind-blowing to me. I think they would have been all over this, but no. Don't think they want to mention this one. 1889. Look at the size of that building. Because, firestorms can take stone out like no problem or whatsoever, apparently. The wires are all right, though, look. You'll always see that. It seems like centralized beams have done it, because whatever this firestorm was, it didn't bother with the telegraph poles or the trees. What you see here is a FEMA camp set up, and the tram's still running like you get in San Francisco and Hiroshima. The day after the event, the trams are still running. FEMA camps, shit out of nowhere, all planned. A surprise fire? No, man. A clearance of a city. And a very, very real possibility of a replacement population, guys. Where are all the people in this photograph? Where do you think they all went? Well, you look on Wikipedia, they probably say, oh, there was tens of thousands homeless. Where are they all? In them tents? And that could easily be people arriving, waiting to be designated their new property or their new bit of land. Where are the other occupants? Look at this. So there's a lot of people there, and like in San Francisco, you just get these pictures with like a cloud, a smoke bank. You never really see. We can see some fire there, but not really. You know, you just see these smoke banks, like it's hidden whatever's going on. It really does feel like, you know, some sort of, feels like a war. Look at these balustrade and the size of this civilization. So they set up new shops, tailor, dentist. Bit like Bartertown in Mad Max after Armageddon, because it is Armageddon after all. Look at it. Huge buildings, guys. So they were shit hot, them people, them pioneers. Yeah, you know, they got it on quick. They buddied up with the 49ers, who were busy actually up in the Yukon getting gold, but we won't think about that. There was something left behind to build San Francisco and Seattle and all them cities. Mine all of that quarry, that stone, and make all these bricks in huge brickworks, trillions of bricks in brickworks, and then traipse it all year on horse and cart and build it all. Makes no fucking sense to man or beast. And another question as well is all the roads are designed for automobiles, not horse and cart in these cities. They knew that automobile was coming, or they had transport like it in the past. Why does all of this look like ancient Rome or something? It's turned to rubble. Wow, some biblical event in Seattle. And there's their Bartertown. I wonder how long it took them to set that up. Ooh, they should have had like a little pop festival. But I don't suppose you'd be in the mood after your city's been eradicated. Not too many people around in these pictures here, though. Not too many people shopping. Well, you wouldn't, would you? City's destroyed. And how long would it take to clear all of that shit and rebuild it all, guys? Just think about it. They really get their shit together with that, don't they? Look at San Francisco, 1850s. They have a big fire, the city's destroyed. They shit it out again, the city's destroyed. And then they have an exhibition. Why the soldier? God, look at this building. It's bubbled here a bit. But that building didn't fall, just the inners. Wow, look at that. Just biblical, absolutely biblical. Okay, I think we're repeating a few. I'm not sure what that is. It's a whole load of wood. I can't imagine what it is. But whatever it is, obviously didn't burn because wood burns. It's an oil platform. Maybe something to do with that. So I haven't seen these photographs before this week, not of Seattle. I've got other collections, but not these ones. Quite telling. And I notice, you know, all of the telegraph poles are up and, you know, no problems with the tram car, still fully electrified. So where are they generating the electricity exactly in 1889 to drive the trams when they've just had an horrific fire and the city's like all but eradicated? Whew, look at that fire. I've got some nice photographs of these Seattle fire engine things. They're quite beautiful, some of them. Well. Just the same MO as all the other cities. You know, there's all buildings here and just one sporadic fire. What? How the fuck could that be? How could you have all the buildings just one fire? Is that the fire that started it all? And they managed to get a photograph of it? They should have been on that note, in it then. Jesus, that makes no sense. What is all of this stone? Looks like all world buildings. It's red brick, but where's the buildings? Phew. So it looks like they got a bit of mud going on the floor here, though, guys. Look. So Seattle, there it was, and there it wasn't, just like all the other American cities. San Francisco is the most mind-blowing. This is the most mind-blowing image you'll ever see. It's a gigapix image, shown it umpteen times, but it really does show you the scale of the events that happens in San Francisco, and you can mag right up on this, which is beautiful. And this is looking up Market Street from the Terminus building. You can see on the thumbnail of this video, and you can see all of the skyscrapers, the core building, all the way up to the distance. But what is really unnerving about this is, remember, you know, this is only a couple of years after the death of Queen Victoria, guys. This is like just outside of the Victorian era. As far as the eye can see, blocks, and everything's gone. Everything is missing all the way down to the Bay Area, down there. And you can see there's no Golden Gate Bridge going across at that period. Looks like there's some buildings there, though. I was wondering if it was the expositions. Very much like Hiroshima, Nagasaki, absolutely obliterated. It reminds me more of Tokyo than San Francisco. This is an interesting thing, this balloon. The image is taken from a balloon. I think there might be a clue in that as well. This image got added. I'm not sure if somebody hacked my computer and stuck a steampunk balloon in, but it was definitely not on another image that I had. It seemed to just appear weirdly. Bit of a mystery to it, but that could have been the air transport, and that could have been exactly what they look like. Crazy, isn't it? So yeah, let's have a look at this caption for the photograph. San Francisco in ruins from the Lawrence Captive airship. Lawrence Captive airship. Curious name. 2,000 feet above, looking at the waterfront. So what do they mean by captive? Is it a balloon that they captured? Because that's what captive actually means. So it is the most mind-blowing image you'll see of San Francisco. So they managed to build all of that after it's destroyed. I'll just flick through a couple of these because it shows you the architecture that was there before. Here you can see, similar to Seattle, they're watching their city burn, apparently. Makes no sense. And they got all this architecture in San Francisco. Absolutely beautiful. This is the early stuff that apparently survived the first fire and then got taken out maybe in the second, an earthquake. But you can you see that door down there below ground level? So 665 of you watching. Well, if one more of you come, not 675. That's awesome. Good to see you all. Happy Fartaday today. You guys are in for a bit of a shock later. So you get Kleenexes up, you're going to be crying. No, you're not going to be sad. You're going to be very, very happy. Martin's Farty Party. Look at that building, the Montgomery. The Occidental Hotel. Jesus, look at that monster. Beautiful. So yeah, they managed to build an absolutely unbelievable civilization. It's nearly as crazy as the Australian narrative, isn't it? Where they shit these cities out of nowhere. Like Melbourne and Brisbane and Sydney in New South Wales. There's Wales again, look. San Francisco from Russian Hill. Interesting name. What it would be called Russian Hill. There it is. They built that massive city when they arrived. And then all of that gets taken out in a terrible fire. There's Chinatown. They're not really included in the story. I noticed they get scrubbed. And look at this. What looks like a British or a European type Anglican church, old world as ark. Look at that, guys. Yeah, this is just, there's a guy up there, look. To me, it's just the older world. Look at that door going under the building, guys. And it's just Seattle underneath. I know they shifted the city, right, guys, but there's still all tunnels underneath it. And there's tunnels underneath all of these cities. Look at that. Early San Francisco. And they have a Jewish synagogue, which looks as old as the hills. It's got a load of crap next to it, though, because it's been there so long. And there's another type of mosque thing there. So they had a diverse population. South Park. Ooh. Cartman for president. So they've only got horse-drawn trams at this period. They came in a bit later. A nice eagle wings, or number 30 with phoenix wings. The coding replicated everywhere in the world. This alchemical Phoenician coding. Wow, is that actually in mud? That's the cliff house that actually fell into the sea. We've seen that, I've shown it many times. It's on a cliff and it actually gets caught alight and fell into the sea. A beautiful Tartarian sort of building. Oh my shit, look at this. Is this San Francisco? It looks like Halifax or somewhere in Britain, Scotland even. Early San Francisco. Wow. It's just mind-blowing. Beautiful it is. It wasn't beautiful later though, was it? It seemed to have a lot of mud here going on in this part of San Francisco, but it doesn't stop them building these massive buildings. Look at that post office, Custom House, Battery Street. Why do they call them Battery Street? Do they have a battery there? Or is it because they are batteries for the grid system? Another thing I was thinking as well, there are not too many star forts on the West Coast. There are some, but not like there are on the East Coast. Check it out for yourself. That must mean something. City Hall, massive. Bay Shore and Fort Point. Yeah, there was a fort where the footprint for the bridge, what's it called? Oh God. Anyway, the bridge goes across San Francisco.
Golden Gate Bridge.
Golden Gate Bridge. Fuck a duck. So it looks like they're moving this building as well. I've seen some pictures. I'll show you one later when they move buildings using horses. But look at that. National Armory. Right, I'll show you an armory later as well, guys. In Cincinnati, Chicago, loads of cities have all got castles. And look at that church behind. Wow, guys. What a banquet of bullshit they did feed us. Look at this. That's the synagogue again. Wow. Beautiful buildings. But you can see, look, they're all like mud flood affected, guys. Windows down there, doors up in the air. Trillions, tons of mud. It's probably what they made all the bricks out of. Or a lot of bricks out of. Is that an asylum? Yeah. Protestant asylum. Okay. Not Catholic. Protestant. And Protestant orphan. There it is. Right out there in the middle of a field. How did they get all the materials up there to build that? Up that muddy road in there. In fact, that would have been a big effort, wouldn't it, to build anything in that sort of conditions. What was it Mark Twain said? The coldest summer I ever had. No, the coldest winter I ever had was a summer in San Francisco. Because apparently it's all misty. And what the hell is that? Oh, well, it's like the Taj Mahal, guys. What's like this Moorish temple doing up on top of the hill in early San Francisco, eh? Summer house. Interesting. It's beautiful. So what they got to get all of these buildings is a load of shit and mud. They've got no sidewalks. It's all just wooden sidewalks. What happens with them big stones, man? They must just smash the pavements. I'm being ironic. This goes down to a front door. On the size of that church, just in a muddy street. Makes zero sense to me. None. The infrastructure's there. They're like they knew the modern world was coming. Look at this, the width of the roads, guys. Yeah, if you're only thinking of horse and cats, why you got enough room for like 4 lanes or 6 lanes of traffic in all of the cities? You can't make that shit up. They did it everywhere. So they anticipated roads, except in Britain, where we've got a tiny little island. And there's a cemetery, so some people have been dying. Well, a lot of people have been dying. There's obelisks everywhere. And a lighthouse. I haven't seen that before. Till today. So, warning sailors of impending doom. And the Cosmopolitan Hotel. I bet they do some nice cream cakes in the Cosmopolitan Hotel. Ladies, what's that? Protection and Relief Society. Women need protecting. So they put them out here in the middle of nowhere where they would be safe. I mean, no one can hear them scream for complaining. Society is weird. Oh, look. He fucking photobombed. Guy from Chinatown. He's gone, oh, fuck, city on fire, innit? San Francisco before the fire was absolutely beautiful. Look at that. Just ridiculous. Massive stones like that. And it was all left like Seattle. It's like the biggest story never told. I can't believe, that it's been missed for like 100 years and no one's picked up on it. It's just mental to me. Well, they have now in the last few years. Loads know about it now. And there's their FEMA camps all set up day one. And let's look for some cool shit. Let's see what we can see in the rubble of what we just... So they survived the event. They must have fucked off and gone back and looked for their houses. But their houses are all occupied by gentlemen in bowler hats. No, these people are not these houses. These people are not from these houses. There's a soldier overlooking. What has he found there? Maybe a can of beans or can of something. He's got his hand in a handbag, guys. I'm sure that is not his handbag. These people are just turned up and seeing what they can get, look. See that? That is quite a telling photo, that one. Wow. And the fire's still smouldering in the background. And they're still going through it. They're going through handbags and stuff to see what money they got. Or they can scav. They just arrived. They literally stole this civilization. They wiped it out. Tartaria. Tartarian Welsh. Wankers. So yeah, the trails did go down apparently to Texas. So I didn't have much time to set these up, but it's just crazy to think that Texas has all of these mud-flooded Greco-Romano cross, whatever you want to call them, style buildings. But you can see, look, guys, the lower windows, probably as big as these windows here, but they're underground. And all of these buildings have basements. It's the YMCA. Young man, there's no need to feel down. Okay, this is a post office in Fort Worth. I think I've seen this building. It's a big red granite building. But again, half windows cut. All of these old world. And that's in Amarillo. Sorry if I say that. I silver line of mine. I did have a bad experience in Amarillo, but I know it's a nice place. What the fuck is that doing in Amarillo, though? Look at it. It's a Greco temple. It's a temple. I think that they probably put these temples on specific points, nodal points. And maybe they can travel between temple and temple, maybe communicate through these places, mind to mind, to other people in other temples, warning them of what was coming. A big icky black cloud over humanity that can fuck off already, because we're not a bit bored of that. First Presbyterian Church in Texas, in Dallas. It's got a beautiful cymatic window. That looks proper old there, though, doesn't it, guys? And look at that style. What the fuck is that doing in Texas land? Anyway, jeez. And look at that. Wichita Falls. Really beautiful. Post office in Dallas. Repeated everywhere in Christendom. The same massive post offices. And Galveston, but that got a lot of buildings taken out in the event in 1909, but the tsunami. But yeah, there's still plenty survived, guys. It's jam-packed full of Tartaria, it's Galveston. It's a brilliant place. I love it there. And it's not posh, it's not all like up itself, like other places. It's really lovely. Nice people. So yeah, Texas buildings, man. San Antonio, look at that courthouse. And you know, courthouses styles replicated as well in the smaller towns. Not this one. This is a big beauty. And look at that in Austin, Texas. Jeez, Austin is amazing. The city, the Capitol building there is just like the White House. I got the sunset coming straight through here onto me, lighting me up. Look at this. I'm lit up. I'm lit up, guys. By Jesus wants me for a sunbeam I will be. I think there's a clue in that somewhere. They're telling us what we are. We're light, aren't we? Lights from the fascist sun projected. So obviously that's a lot later. But look at that building there. Oh, you know, Hopkins County Courthouse. You got a barber where you come from, boy? And look at the size of that. I think I've seen that. In Dallas. I think it's got all buildings around it now, though, but I remember the sticky uppy bits on the top. Whew. Neil's Epperson building. Jesus H, that's a whopper, isn't it? So yeah, Texas going on. And Lucha Memorial Church, which is a little temple. And Austin has got, we went in there, I've been in there. I got photographs of me going in there. Catholic Church, Austin. I didn't know it was rock cake. Never mind, it doesn't matter. I won't burn. It's not like I go in churches swearing or anything, you know. Because that would be bad, wouldn't it?
I don't lie about it either.
Houston, look, woohoo! Houston's got red brickers. Houston's got loads of Tartaria. San Angelo. Actually, that's a bit later, I would say. 20 start of that, but look at this. Waco, yeah, the place you don't want to start your cult. And Crystal Palace, Galveston. So Galveston had a massive bathing house, amusements and everything on the seafront. That's no longer there. These courthouses are replicated in all loads of American towns, just exactly like that. They look exactly like that. Like the Munsters house. Texas Cotton Palace. I'm gonna pick a bale of cotton, gonna pick a bale of hay. Oh lordy. So we're gonna move on. Soon you need to get yourself prepared. There's almost 700 of you in chat. If you would kindly share this out, we get a more diverse I just made that up. More people over. And then they can have a giggle and enjoy the epicness that is about to happen and be unleashed on humanity. And nothing like this, yeah, something like this has happened before, but nothing exactly like this has happened before in the history of YouTube. Okay, we may again break the internet. We usually do. Further south in Texas and down the coast is Guatemala, and these are finds in the jungle in as late as 1930s. And then they found this civilization. I think there's stacks of this stuff in jungles in probably Amazonia, definitely Central America, Belize, Guatemala, and you find these Mesoamerican civilizations. Some of them we know little about. And these, like Chichen Itza, etc., they will make a tourist attraction later and tell you a narrative about chopping people's heads off until the eclipse comes. Oh, yes. Yeah, they paint like a really icky narrative for humanity in the past. Was it really like that? I don't think so. So all of them are soldiers and one Guatemalan. Why do you need so many soldiers there? So no one steals anything, probably. Look at that. It's so what's that a head of? Serpent? Bird? It's Quetzalcoatl then, is it? I think it might be. Anyway, so look at the size of that. They carved that and what? Lifted it. And where's the rest of it? Unbelievable size masonry for giants. And they got stone totems. And that image in the center of the stone totem looks like a Buddha to me, but definitely got that East feel. It looks like something from the Far East to me. Just got that feel of Buddha about it, rather than Mesoamerican. But look at the Olmecs. The Olmecs are African, aren't they? And they're in Central America. And they are definitely not Mexican looking. What are these? They remind me of Göbekli Tepe, the tea bars. They're T-shaped men. What are them things behind them, I wonder? Have a little mag down and look at them. You can't get down much. Interesting necklaces. But I definitely feel the Babylonian influence with Mesoamerica, Phoenician influence. And it's there. See mermaids and apparently sacrificial practices. Although, according to the official narrative, the Phoenicians had packed that in very early on in their journeys. Don't know what that could be a tower for. So this is a giant statue, but is it me, or is that fella with the beard a giant? Because he looks like massive, doesn't he? He looks a whopper. Give me a 1 if you think that guy's a giant, because he looks proper unusual with his beard and the size of him, though, his shoulders and his arms. I know there's a perspective thing with a Mexican types a little, but that statue's really big, guys. Give me a 1 if you think that's a giant, because I think he's a whopper. His knees up. He ain't even standing up. He's massive. He's massive. He's a giant. Okay, moving on. So I'm guessing this is an armadillo or some sort of sphere, but it is a sphere. And if you know how difficult it is to carve a sphere out of stone, it is really, really a completely, it's nearly impossible to do, but they managed it in the ancient world. And this one is an armadillo. And what is for, it's just amazing. And this all below ground level, guys. Look at this. So this was, it's been mud flooded, but you can see there. Can you see that square dressed stone from buildings? Can you imagine what was there? Big up, Key JV. Wiggly flat thumbs to you all, guys. Thank you for being here. This banding looks familiar. It doesn't only look like say Peruvian. I get the feel of Celt. I get a Celtic feel from the banding, the top one. I see this on buildings here. But it's three-dimensional. It's an eye thing. Oh, look at that. You can see into it like one of those magic eye pictures, this bit here. Three-dimensional. Oh, wow. I've never seen that before. That is so clever. What about the one below it? Little lightning bolts and S's. Lightning bolts and S's. She's praying. She's got her hands together like she's praying. But all below ground level because that was mud flooded in. And whatever happened here looks like some sort of event because it's all got vegetation on and it all looks a bit smashed. I feel that during mud floods, some of the mud came from above and rain and mud, and then it left a blanket of it. Or even Noah's floods, when all the water's receded, leaves sludge, slurry, what have you, it leaves enough earth for things to grow on top of buildings, because you see it in Piranesi images of Rome as well, or vegetation growing on the buildings. Get more of a feel of Angkor Wat with these. Though, what happened to the trees? They chopped them down to reveal the building. Okay. Oh, it's all tile covering, like white ceramic tiles. Very nice. Don't see that too much. These columns are a bit unusual as well. They look a bit blackened, like they've been burnt. Wow. Can you imagine the size of this civilization before the jungle took it over? Wow. Massive towers. Just mind-blowing. Okay, guys. Brace yourselves. Flat with British is coming back. We're going to get ready. We're going to get ready now for a Farticus extravaganza. Okay, get ready. Okay, I heard this from Mel, that she's in chat. Thank you for my massive whoopee cushion. Good to see you, Saxon. Okay, you ready? What's happening, Auntie Suso? Oh, it's an SPD, silent but deadly. Oh. Oh, yes. That's what it sounds like if you've got a bum like a windsock. Sorry. Oh. So laughing at me. Kay, good to see you. Aaron TV, good to see you. Anthony, good to see you. Okay, brace yourselves, guys. We're going to learn something new here together. We're going to learn. Okay, thanks to Dave Waffles House. Okay, the greatest YouTube channel about nothing on YouTube. Okay, don't know if he's here, being a Stonehenge. No, he's asleep. Christmas carols can be farted. Did you know this? And also, you can send your farts in to a channel, which I'm going to share. This gentleman guy, we're going to see in a minute, this dude, he digs farts. He's well into them. So I know it all sounds strange. There he is. Oh, you're not in bed. There's Dave Waffles. You'll find him linked below in the descriptions box. And we're going to show his channel in a minute. And he's been a Stonehenge. Yeah, it looked amazing. Thanks for sharing that moment. It brought back so many memories for me, Dave. Back in the day when you had stages and 10,000 people and 500,000 coppers would turn up and fuck everyone up. Amazing days. Donna, they'd be like, "You're having a good time. You must be on drugs." It was all of that. Still is. It's still like that. It's like they don't want you happy. So that's why you must be happy. Okay. So that they don't win. Simple, really, isn't it? Logical. So as not to mentally disturb any of you. I'm sure it'll be all right for some of you. Okay. There's nothing. Everyone loves a good fart. I know some of you have. I don't fart, and I've never had a smelly one in my life. What are you laughing at? I don't set off like seismographs or anything, you know. Okay. All we need is volume. It's an important bit. Okay. Now get ready. This guy here. Okay, what's his name? Six Samus. Okay. Well, Dave Waffles turned me on to him. Epic. Some people send farts into him, and we're gonna have a listen. See if we think any of them are good. I think some of them are epic. Okay. Thanks, Mister. You're linked in the descriptions box below. Love your style. Double flat.
Not to laugh. We'll see how that goes. You like? First one. This is sent in by Victor from Bulgaria. Starting it off wet. JP from Finland.
It's easier than ever to make a custom video ad, reach new customers, and grow your business.
Oh shit.
With YouTube ads, AI-powered.
Sorry about that.
Tommy Olsen. I already laughed. So much for that. This is from John Rogers. He calls it the stumbling duck. Jordan Ramos.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this is going to be impossible for me not to laugh. This one's from Marco Simic. He said this one was recorded in a big hallway. Nathan Sheets. Oh, we got farts from Dylan McDonald. Yes. He calls this one the ball tickler. Dude, how? One more from Dylan. He calls this one, I thought she'd never leave. Here's one from Lucas V. Impressive. Brad Siegel. Wow. Anthony Ross. That sounds like the fart from South Park. Don't be scared. Here's a video from Ronaldo Arevalo. Oh no, his girlfriend's right there. This one's from Desert Rain. Oh, Robin Foster. The air at the end. That's a good one. Here's one from Morgan Snoofnarowski. He calls this one revving the motorcycle. This is from Joe Harrison, and he calls it The Price is Right. What? That sort of sounds like The Price is Right song. Next, we got Doug Reese. You guys remember Doug Reese, right? He sent us farts the last 2 years in a row. This one is from Lyric Bread. Two-Tone Tony. That one sounded like a cry for help. But we got some clips from Random.
What did one office party say to the other one?
Here's a couple from Sir Fartalot. That was like a happy skipping down the road song. Oh my God. Oh boy. We got
Right,
some.
we can't have 8 minutes of farts. I'm going to put it down to the Christmas carols now, okay? Okay.
Biatch. All right, it's music time. Let's plug in the keyboard. What are we going to play, huh? Name this one. Rudolph the Red-Calved Reindeer. Okay, let's get another one on here.
Oh, fuck off. Like this.
I love how you wouldn't even know this is a fart at first if you just play it staccato. But when you hold it down...
There, I feel much better after watching that. Feel much more invigorated about life. We had a moaner though, but he's like, because he don't like happy people. It's okay, you stay. I'm not gonna block you, just being miserable. Damn, you should never have unsubscribed. Genius. Okay. There is nothing more amusing than breaking wind. Okay. Not that I do. Ebony, is Martin still farting around, or are we back to business? No, we're back to business now. Okay, we just had a fart break. Break it up. We can't have all serious and death and destruction without balancing it up. I'm a Libra after all. Thanks, Panda. Thanks, Kay. Good to see you. Mr. Razda. He's laughing. He likes it. Okay. And Adam Cook's in the house, and Mel, and Loach Usual. Fucking I can't pronounce that. What the fuck are you listening to? Us breaking the internet. And there's somebody. Abidas, the dude. Wow, loser content. What's your videos about? Make a video. Let's share it out. Let's have a look. I'm out. Ta, Peter. Oh. Party poopers. I thought you seen it was a Marty Farty party. You're not sharing. See you soon. Good night. We had a lot of people just left because of my Farty Narty party. Oh my.
Better vibes for everybody else.
Yeah. Okay. Back to the juice. Back to Pandaverse. Okay.
Tristan needed that.
Did you?
Martin.
Oh, thank you, Tristan.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, it doesn't hurt to have a giggle, does it? Okay. More Antiquity. So these are interesting. These are in the West Bank in Palestinian. As you know, that place gets peppered now and again, apparently. But they got some cool old world antiquity. And what is really cool about this antiquity is it's mud flooded. You check that window there. It's completely in half. You only see the top. And it's like big megalithic blocks. It's Palestine, who you can attribute it to, possibly Phoenicians. And it's all seems to be below ground level, a lot of it, but giant blockage. Couldn't give an age to this site. Crazy big. Okay, well, that looks like the classical world, doesn't it? And again, you've got some sort of blackened pillars here at the top. Why are they blackened at the top? I do not know. Some sort of cataclysms pushed these pillars over. Maybe because of its location. The Santorini event, which might not be when they said it was, but more recently. And the flooding of the Mediterranean. When the gates of Colossus collapsed. That's been blocked up, that window. With blocks and then just a window. I think it was a door. What that portal's for. Oh, dead tree. Lovely. So yeah, it's all blackened at the top. And as you can see though, it is all mud flooded. It is all below ground level. So, you know, this thing has been zapped and mud flooded. Jesus, look at the size of this place. So the West Bank's hiding some stuff. And this is, I don't know if it's above ground level or what have you. Yeah, sun shining through. Giant voltages. God, you see this everywhere in like Greece as well and Turkey. Just tiny little bricks and stones strewn about, and they're all bits of buildings. It's dressed stone everywhere. You see it all the time. It's crazy. So the whole place just got blasted beyond belief. Splatteroony. Look at that, all below ground level, and it goes off into the distance. This thing's a massive complex. How big's the West Bank? It's not that big, is it? I bet it's stuffed with ruins. Anyway, images of the week, Fartaday images of the week. Hope you enjoy. Make sure to share this out. And happy Fartaday today. Okay. Pamela Swan in the house. Just rolling in. Casey's in the house. ZYX is in the house.
Yeah, Pamela showed up right at the Fart Fest.
Did you show up at the Fat Fest, did you, Pamela?
Right as it hit.
She's like, what the fuck is going on?
She nailed it.
See, the thing is, what people don't realise, it's actually my channel, so I do what the fuck I want, really. And if I want to have a giggle to a Fat Fest, to bring everyone's vibration up so they can have a giggle, I'm going to do that. If people suck, well, that's just about them. I can't help that. Anyway, but we're not in the giving a fuck business about all of that. We're in the let's rise above it all, because life is really, really a bastard and tough. And let's all pretend and lie to ourselves that it's not. And have a good time together while we're here, is it, guys? Because we're all a long time dead. We should appreciate what we got right now, shouldn't we? Instead of Pandaverse. So what the fuck are you doing, Martin? I wanted Mud Flood. Show me Antiquity. I want Antiquity. I'm going to another channel. Okay. The other YouTubers don't show farts. I know. So, Wagons West. Well, look at this one. It's a steam engine carrying umpteen people somewhere. But it's not a real car. But that is an early version of what they were supposed to be doing. So, we got a couple of Phoenicians here. Copper dude. And he's managed to catch himself a fish. A fish that turns out to be a woman. So, it's not all bad. Okay, I'm not sure what's happening in this picture. I noticed they got a donkey. It's got Willie. And this bird is, I don't know. I don't want to go into details. You can see for yourself. Your own minds up. This is a sinister little picture. So this guy, he's got a lovely donkey mind. I love donkeys. Eon. Can I hear it? Eon. Yeah, I just lost another sub.
Yeah, he needs to go.
Yeah, John Block, you can do the honors, baby.
Yeah, we'll get it.
Okay. So, yeah, they've covered the background. You can see a white paint mark here. They've literally whitewashed the background so they don't show you what's there, which is spooky and sinister. It's vanilla skies. They're whitewashing the background so you don't see what's going on. So this is from opensanfranciscohistory.org. It's mind-blowing. It's early San Francisco. As we know, they had electric trams. What is this device? It seems to have a large battery pack and it is plugged in to the street. Now, if you can think, is this a rope? No, this is a wire. This is a wire that goes into the street. Guys, This is an early San Francisco image showing something, a wagon that's a battery that is electric and it plugs into the street. Explain that. They haven't even got street lighting. Take a look at the street. Can you see any lampposts, any street lighting? Fuck no. But they got electric under the street though. I'm not made up about what these are yet. I haven't made my mind up. They come in sheds, so they're kept inside. They seem to be, oh, bloody hell. Well, they're military something, but I'm unsure what they are. This one's like a white cylinder. I don't know what it is. I don't know what any of this is. But I've looked at it for quite some time and I haven't made my mind up. It's some military stuff and it kept indoors. I don't know what it is. That doesn't help you, but it's a bit weird picture anyway, because I don't know what it is. Yeah, we got two giants here. Rex Francorum, okay, which is King Francis. Yeah, and he's like, fuck you. And he's like, well, no, fuck you. I've got an axe. He's like, fuck you, I've got. But look at the size of the cows. The cows are really little, aren't they? Like, did they have midget cows? Don't think they did they? The guys are big. They're big. I don't know. So he is the Civil War photographer and the official Crimean War photographer. The first official war correspondent photograph. Alexander Gardner, a Scotsman from Scotland. Okay, here he is. With a weird background again, like nothing's going on, vanilla skies. He's taken a selfie somehow, and here he is in Crimean War, 1850s. Here's another way you can get around alligator. And I think they should be encouraged. I think they should encourage alligator travel amongst children and schools. Get your kids to school on an alligator. I want an alligator. They're not as wild as you think. So here we go with this spooky stuff again. What's going on in the background? Look at this demon's face, man. I think that cat's full of dead bodies or something. Sorry to be so morbid, but they're blocking the background, guys. They're on dirt. They're in the street somewhere. And the entire background, there's a border there, is whited out. They're hiding what's in the background. Why? Is it too bad for us to see? They don't look too happy. They look like they're up to a dirty old job, don't they? Makes you look, makes you buy a penny book. So here's the arrivals in San Francisco. Happy days. Trams running, busy again. The streets are still in ruins and covered in shit, but everyone's in their Sunday finest. Go and do a bit of shopping here. Well, no, there's no shops. Oh, yeah. Where are you all going? So, floats in the ancient world. They Phoenicians, as you know, came from the sea, but they like to put floats into carnivals. You've all seen the Mardi Gras of New Orleans. They have floats, don't they? And floats in processions all over the world. And the floats are a Phoenician thing. They are ships, float. And this one is a megalithic one. It's massive, absolutely massive. By 4, 8, 12, 16 horses. Imagine that arriving in town. Horsepower. This is literally horsepower. This is a horse-powered railway. I'm guessing this is 4 horsepower, this engine. But it could be projected forward on a walking platform, which is a good idea, actually. So what do you think is the propulsion for this tram car? Okay, well, it's got a cog there and copper cable, copper sort of bits there. And we can't really see any machinery except for that thing there. I would say that was an electric tram. I would say that they had them and they weren't all horses. So horses pull buildings, apparently. You can lift them up, put them on wheels, I don't know, on logs, and then pull them forward using a load of horses, and then reposition your house. They did this in Cardiff with the Norwegian church. It's not where it was when I was a kid. they moved it. Don't know, didn't see it move it, so it might be a Mandela effect. Okay, what about this one? Grand Central Depot tram. Okay, well, it's a tram that's got horses, so maybe they got 2 tram services, 1 electric, 1 horse, because there's enough skywires up there to have a bowl of spaghetti. Look at it. And they're not all the Telegraph. These are the Telegraph. So they got wires up here, look, for tram cars. Yet this one hasn't got any connections to it. So I can only presume they had 2 separate tram systems. So there's the floats again coming into town. Massive wheeled floats that would bring what we're going to become the ruling classes. So another wagon train, they use oxen and horses and other animals, is the Silk Road. And the Silk Road is taking all this stock, probably drugs, through to Europe. Mud flood, mud flood. So look at the size of this building's foundations. It goes, this is ground level, and then you've got this massive bit here, and it carries on going all the way down there. So maybe this bit here was visible to the street, and all of this bit here is later mud, because they're digging out the mud. Mud flood. This place is definitely had a mud flood. So, sort of pioneer town. They have got stone buildings, but look at the state of these frigging streets. They want us to expect they built the world with. F off. So here's a maglev tram back in the day. No, it's not actually. I don't know what's going on with this photograph. Maybe it's just some sort of optical illusion. But it seems there are rails there underneath it. I'm sure you can see. Oh, thanks, Magic Nova. I really do appreciate that. God love you. Thank you. And thank you, Cheryl, as well in chat. Thank you very much. It seems to be floating. I can't see any wheels. And I thought, oh, all right then. And the wheels are underneath here. So it's close to the ground. But it can't be because there's a shadow underneath. How do you exactly explain that? This must be an optical illusion of some sort. Or it's floating for a comfortable ride. Just taking the wife out for a spin in our electric car. Oh yeah, full charge, go 1,000 miles in 10 minutes. What? Oh yes, we all got electric cars these days. Oh bloody hell, one day we ought to fly in these soon. But unfortunately, they backtracked and then it all went to fossil fuels and bollocks, as you know. They were this big, electric taxis, I guess. Look at the size of this. I think that's St. Patrick's Church, maybe. I'm not sure. Tour in New York. Very possibly St. Patrick's. I've seen it covered in IU before. That many. We used to have them in Britain called charabancs. People used to... oh, thanks very much. Used to get on them. Go for a day trip down the seaside. Keeping your mouth closed in case you swallow turds, like I explained earlier. Hippodromy. Okay, hippodromy. Looks like the last one up there has collapsed. The person's dead and the horses have run off. But here's the good old Phoenicians, complete with Merman. Oh, look! He's copping a feel again. They always do that, don't they? He's squeezing the titties as they're going down the road. But as you were... completely normal, isn't it? Especially with like loads of people looking and a sprog fucking operating the horsage. Now, I had a debate the other day with Cheryl, who's here. She says to me that zebras are not called zebras, they're called zebras. Now, I'm sorry, but who invented the language? I think you find that it's zebras. Zebras or zebras, guys? We're zebras in Cardiff, anyway. Yeah, so why have horses when you can have zebras? Zebra, zebra, tomato, tomato. Let's call the whole thing off. Tomato. So this one is a 19th century building in Massachusetts. Which turned into a railway station. But to me, it looks like it's an old castle. Endless amounts of castles. Look at that little troppy image of America. Electric tram. Look at that tram. No, it's not electric, is it? Because it's got no wire on it. So, is there horses on the front? Yes. One horse dragging all them people and the cart to King Street. That looks a nice way to travel, sat on the back like that, though. And that big old church there. I love these shroppy images. They're so detailed. You can mag right up on them. So what's all the spaghetti sky wires? All of these people have telephones, do they? Because we didn't have a telephone until 1970s, and then it was a party line. Do you remember party lines? Yeah, so you pick up your phone to make a phone call, and somebody else is fucking speaking on there from another street for ages, and you got to go, excuse me, I'm your party line. Are you going to be talking for long? I'm going to make an international call. And then they're usually cheeky, and you got to go down and knock their front door. A big fight. That never happened, by the way. So, little donkey, little donkey. See, Jesus liked donkeys too, didn't he? Here's monkeys. Hey, hey, we're the monkeys. People say. So these don't look too bad. There's a bit shit going on between the Protestants and the Catholics for a long time, isn't there? But the Benedictine monks, them fuckers, was the richest of the whole world, wasn't they? Richest organisation in the ancient world. And now it's the Vatican. What do they need all that fucking money for anyway? It's supposed to be looking all about goodness and caring and love, isn't it? You never hear the love word out of their mouths anyway. So there you are, electro car, off down the shops in our electric car, not petrol. So here's the Irish. They're like, oh, fuck me. The last 100 years been so bleeding horrible. We had the potato famine, which wasn't really because there was plenty of food. And it was just all in stores. And Queen Victoria wouldn't let us have it, the famine queen. So they get on this cart. And from there, okay, in Ireland, they make their way all the way to the other side of America on this cart with these horses. Probably. So this is a beautiful building. This is, check this out. This is in America too. Fifth Avenue area. And it's a front door up in the air there. Front door up in the air. Or a window, but it looks like front door. Crazy old. The rest of it. This is a nice moment. World War II. She's kissing her boyfriend, she's kissing his girlfriend as he goes off to have the phony war and actually fight absolutely no one because nothing really happened. Unfortunately, he didn't stick his head in time, and a train going the other way decapitated him, so he didn't actually get to the war, and she cried. She cried. Oh, she cried. One plain, one pearl. Is knitting a woke thing? I don't think so. Okay. If you're like, we've lost the skills. Can you sew? I like to sew. I can't knit, but if I could knit, I wouldn't either because you got to have good eyesight when he hasn't. But anyway, knit yourself a pair of woolly underpants for the winter. Look, dear, it's called a television. Yes. Nah, she's lying. It's a wash machine. I was tortured by about maybe 100 hours in laundrettes as a child. Just sat in there looking at machines, going round and fucking round. Women talking women's stuff. So Britain in the old days, guys, nowadays it's all covered in shit because the new people arrive in the country like to drop litter everywhere, not fucking pick it up, which drives me absolutely mental. My mother was out in the street, scrubbing the street on a Sunday, and she talked to all the other women who were out there scrubbing the street. When I was a kid, all the gardens were beautiful, and everyone kept the streets clean. I haven't seen a woman out scrubbing the fucking streets for donkey's years. Honest to God, everyone did it, guys. It was a lovely world. It was clean. So it looks like the things that are going on today, because it's Pride Month, yeah? I don't know what that actually means. I think it's something to do with lions, Hugh was telling me. I think it might be. But as you can see, it's been going on a lot longer than we might think. Nod, nod, wink, wink. See what's going on there? Okay, here's a load of tops. I'm from a place where these would have been regarded as my enemies. Yeah, mods, posh people, and that's it. Really, was on our shit list. He's like, "Hey, smelly woman, give me the better flower. I can't fucking stand this carnation. I want a better one, you smelly old cow." That's what they're like. They're really cheeky. What? But don't worry, they'll get splattered in World War One. Fucking good job too. So the Winter Gardens in Blackpool. I actually been in there. I was walking on my own one day on holiday in Blackpool. Long story, but the side door was open where like staff go in, like they load the shit in that. And I went in there, there wasn't a soul in it, and I walked around. It was amazing. It stunk of wood. It was old, really old. There it is. Look at the Antiquity on top. Blackpool. That's another thing that's gone to the docks as well. So there's San Francisco, days before it ends up, like I showed you earlier, with the terrible events and eradication of a civilization. But that boy, he knows they're making a movie. It's the greatest movie never told, which until now. Okay. This looks like it might be Edinburgh, and stagecoaches. Yeah, it is. Stagecoaches were a big thing in America. The Pony Express and stagecoaches, and they make a big racket as well when they go past. Really noisy. Look at the world. Big enough for cars both ways. They knew cars would come in because they'd been there before. Nothing new under the sun. That's what I say. Anyway. So Nun's play guitar. This one, she's been playing guitar a while. You can go your own way, go your own way. Look, he's crying. You can call it doing a smashing job, Jesus. Thanks, Dad. Yep, you'll soon be home. You'll soon be home for tea. Your mum's waiting for you. Thanks, Dad. Send love to Mama God. Mama God says she loves you, Jay. Smashing it. Soon be over with. It'll sting a bit, but it's okay because you can spend the rest of your life in Wales and you're going to love it there. So it's just yours. Sounds fab, Dad. So check this building out. Got splattered. I think it's Amiens in France. Cathedral, which is too big for humans. Look at the perspective of humans to cathedral. Not even the Luftwaffe could put a dent in it. They discovered a new planet, the planet Tangerinus, in the nebula of Scrabadoo. Yeah, they're going to go there. Elon Musk is building a ship right now in his kitchen out of egg cartons and squeezy bottles and sticky back plastic. Okay. Oh, I don't know what's happening here. Oh my God. I'm not going to talk about that. Make your own minds up. Okay, we seem to have something going on here. She's got the horn of plenty going on and some sort of object in her hand. Whatever the object does, it makes a huge explosion and a spark. It's a weapon, isn't it? Fucking zap you. Okay. Petticoat Lane in London in the past. I wonder why they called it petticoats. Does everyone wear a petticoat? This lady, she fancies a nice steel bucket. Gotta have something, somewhere to go a shit, haven't you? You know, I'm going to toilets in Tartaria, have they? And look at these smelly old shores they were. What happened to the people in this area? But, you know, poor people clothes, big old sacks, isn't it? Here's the 1920s, and here's some ladies in a Swiss finishing school, and they are learning how to pick a handkerchief up without showing your knickers. It's really important for young ladies in the, actually not so much important in the modern era, but we're not allowed to mention camel towage on Flat Earth British. We are banned. Football, beer, and above all gambling filled up the horizon of their minds to keep them in control. Was not difficult. 1984. It was the same back in the classical days. It was all like breads and circuses. They're all just, that is enough for them. They got no deeper meaning to their lives, no philosophical ideas. They don't really want to know the meaning of what they're doing yet. They look up at the sky, they see the sky, it ends there, you know? And it won't change because that is the program. So they're like, it's like they're not living. It's like the light's going out and they're not living. It's us living with zombies. It's us light souls living with zombies. Another blinded angel there, look, guys. Blinded by the light. So this one's got a mask on because he can't show his true face. It would be too hideous. And he has a scepter, just like the Queen of England. Oh, King got none. I actually miss the Queen now. She's gone. I know. A lot of you think she's a lizard and that people on the beach, but I think that's all bollocks. I liked her. She was funny. She was proper Cockney, and she had a sense of humour. And I actually liked her, missed her now. I know I've been paying taxes and all that, but silver liner miner it, guys. They brought billions to Britain in fucking tourists. Loads of people want to come and snap pictures of the royal family or Troop in the Colour. They bring money into business. Seeing them in that state this week and Trooping into the Colour, just royal family in just tatters, man. Probably breaks a king's heart. That's what I think. Not this any of my business. It's all bollocks anyway, I know. So here's the wagon train. First wagon train entering Petersburg. Here they come. And the city is already there. Because it's the old world. Europe was this. Now, they say 10,000 years ago in their bullshit narrative for the melting of the ice age, wank, big fucking stupid stuff with, people in ancient aliens campage. And the Doggerland, okay, which is there because I've seen Dogger Banks with my own eyes. We've had to go between Dogger Bank and Sandbank here and here to get to Holland and Denmark when I was in the Merchant Navy. Anyway, so apparently all of this was land and you could walk to Denmark. So they weren't really invading sea peoples if they were just strolling across the expansive fucking grasslands to Britain. Anyway, there was an apocalyptic flood and all of this is now underwater. It's not very deep, the North Sea, neither is the Irish Sea or the seas around here until you get to the Atlantic shelf, which is located around here. Anyway, I think that it probably did exist because I've seen it and they have got finds on Dogger Bank. But I don't think it would have been expansive this, but I definitely think it was that apocalyptic event that I mentioned earlier when Noah's flood happened. Rasputin, leader of the Russian team. Here he is, Rasputin. It's Dick in a jar. Okay, we're going to look at other contenders for Dick in a jar in this post. I shit you not. With Michael and the Tsarina and Alexa and all of the girls. Tsar Nicholas isn't about. He's going for a stroll. Rasputin, Putin. Okay, I think Rasputin is probably Merlin anyway. He just keeps coming back. And he was definitely a mystic and had magical powers. Why do these look like technology and spark plugs and stuff? Out in the Middle East, sticking up out of the ground looking like that. What are they? Antiquity. So I realize these are sand bits and earth and stuff, but this is, an expansive area of fucked upness, guys, and all civilization in it. It looks like mud flood looks, this bubble in nature. And it looks like it happened not long before that photograph to my eyes. That's in Turkey, just outside Istanbul. Okay, so this is in Palermo, or this is in Sicily, when they had a mud flood because Mount Etna erupted and apparently deposited a load of rock. But it didn't incinerate the house when it came in as lava. They had a mud flood. But look at that. Exactly like we show you, covering half windows. So I would have left it there. I think it's a nice little feature to the street. Mud flood at the end of the street. Wicked. So the holy hand grenade. So the king, when he gets made king, okay, it's the crown, the orb, and the scepter. Here's the orb, and it is definitely connected with electromagnetic technology, connected with fasces, same as the scepter. Why did they say we are on a sceptered isle, Britain? Because it got fucking sceptered, guys. There's vitrified forts in Scotland. Okay. This would be a good place to hide if you had to be. God, he looks a bit emaciated. So I think he's maybe got confused. She's got her hands in the air going, oh, I've had tickles. Here, Coca-Cola company, delivered by an electric Coca-Cola van. Don't worry, in a few years you'll be paying a fortune for petrol. And then in the 70s, it'll go to shit and you'll be paying triple what you were paying before. So here they are in what looks like a buried telegraph pole. Where is the street? It's not there. It's all covered over. The comet. I think there's a clue there. And it looks like they're laying the telegraph. And that street looks like, I don't even know. No one's ever been there for a long, long time. So why the telegraph? And there's no one there. And all of that amount of people going to get telephones, are they? Because that's not what was happening, guys. Yeah, there was telegraph offices. An office you'd go. Yeah. So you can see Harry Houdini, he got on early with the old camel towage or the moose toe, didn't he? Skin tight, that can get extra people at the bridge. Oh my God, this is disgusting. You can actually see his bits, love. Yeah, no. And he hasn't been arrested. So he's going to jump in the Thames, get over his chain and float to the top. Okay. Harry Houdini, magician extraordinaire. Apparently, he met Rasputin when he went to meet St. Nicholas, and he blew Rasputin's mind with the trick he done with the village clock. But he had set it up earlier, my suspicions. Look into it yourself. Anyway, orphanages. Okay, let's have a look what we got here. Palace of the Governor. Oh, it's the Palace of the Governor. Why aren't any of them smiling? Maybe that one there and that one there awkwardly. The rest couldn't crack a fucking smile, could they? Maybe it was just conservative time. You know, partying was banned in America by the Puritans in the late 1700s. You weren't allowed to have a party because they said in such solemn times, one doesn't think it's proper to have celebrations and parties. So theatre, any entertainments of any sort were banned in America for quite some time. They brought it back a little bit later. But just nuts. They're saying, oh, we're having a solemn time. So here's a mud flood, Lahore. And it's incinerating, as you can see, this bit here. Oh, a bit of laverage. It's hot, hot. And they're taking photographs. So that's a bit of Etna. And a stagecoach. Good film, Stagecoach, with Rasputin. What's that? Anecdote, fascinating. It's really interesting to look into, especially when they tried to kill him. Fuck me, had a hard time with that, didn't they? Go east, they're saying, in the west. In the west, they're saying, in the east, they're saying go west. And in the west, they're saying go east. Stagecoaches at 6. And look at the state of that stagecoach. What an uncomfortable way to travel as well before suspension. Ooh, look at this juicy image. Beautiful the cars were back then. Everyone's so well turned out. Look at the lampposts back then, guys. Oh, then blank panels we see with the information taken out. So this is the Keith's New Theatre. And that is in America land somewhere. I think it's in New York. It's a beautiful photograph, though. Love these color enhanced ones. Ooh, enjoy Bohemian beer. I love Czech beer myself. And I look at that horse. You look lovely. Seen some cows today. I got a film. They came right up to me. So what they doing? Rag and Bone Man. We got Rag and Bone Man around here all the time. Trash collector, they said. And the dogs howl. It's happened since I was a child. It's a very British thing. It's the Rag and Bone Man. Any old iron. And they still say Rag and Bone wrong by me. It's weird. Nobody gives Rag and Bone. But there is plenty of iron. So check out the beautiful old world. He's checking out the, it's a spring day. He's like, God, it's been a long bloody winter. They're back. So there they are. A couple of ladies walking along Central Park, strutting their stuff. You know, much cleaner, better days. Do you see any trash, any junkies, any shit? Fuck no. It's beautiful. Bet it smelled nice too. There's another way of getting around. I'm not sure how this exactly propels this front wheel, but it takes this carriage. So they were doing that. There's a barrel on there, so maybe this is compressed air. I mean, who even knows? But a propulsion unit that would take a wagon rolling east. Right, let's have a look at this lady. She sat upon a fairground ride. So the fair's been going a long while as well. The fun fair. I'm not sure what the propulsion is for this little beauty. It doesn't seem to be on rails. It seems very ornate, but it has a chimney here, which I find fascinating. So steam powered, possibly, but not electric, and definitely not horse driven. They've got nice suspension. See them elliptical suspensions? They make for comfortable travel. Before then, the stagecoaches must have been absolute hell. So 635 you still watching. Awesome. Thanks for sticking around so long, guys. It's been an awesome night. Thoroughly enjoyed myself here. I hope you enjoyed our fat sesh. I think it's very important to laugh in this place, don't you? So if you're going to do maneuvers, it's a good idea to put inflatable elephants on top of your tanks so that enemy aircraft will think, oh, look at that cute little herd of elephants walking across the field. Genius. So that's a strange contraption, isn't it? Strolling across the field, 20 foot high. Ah, but what a view, guys. What a view. So let's get all of our working vehicles ready in the depot for tomorrow. Let's plug them all into the street. Apparently they were doing that really early on in San Francisco. And then we're going to charge them up because they're all electric and then they'll be out working later. Awesome. So this is an interesting little mud flooded building. It looks like shit on a stick outside, doesn't it? What's happened here, do you think? They got a lamppost in the middle of all of this mud and debris. Why haven't they got that lamppost on a sidewalk? Why has he been putting all this shit? And why the windows down there? And rails all around. That looks like it's literally mud flooded recently. Craziness. Look at that building, guys. And that's not something you see often, is these portals by here, really low. But look at the decoration on that. It's craziness. And we are in Piazza Villarasa in, I think, Rome. Wow. It's like a cake, isn't it? Look at all of the Phoenician stuff on it. And the faceless knight right at the top, look. Phoenixes, flow bubbles, just all there coded. So much detail in that one. Oh, there's a little Medford window down there. Bank of England. Look at this. This is the old Bank of England. As you know, I've shown on this channel, the old one got burnt down. They don't need window tax for the richest bank on earth, guys. This is for another reason. You can walk past this corner. It's there today. And this top bit here was designed more recently by the architect Inigo Jones, the Welshman. And look at this nightmare of traffic. So there's no left, no right. It's every man for himself. That includes people crossing the road. It just makes zero sense. It's like everyone's just completely lost their wits or something. It just makes no sense. Identical buildings to Newcastle. Vidas, yeah, man. Did you know Newcastle was another city that got burnt by fire in the 1800s? Newcastle and Gateshead. Look into it. They had a major fire.
Somebody just said that the buildings look like cake. You just said that the other day. They look like a cake.
They look like a cake, yes. There's a building in Cardiff, in Queen Street, that I always called Chocolate Gatto House. It looked like a chocolate gatto. And it's got like, you know, them things you make cream with, you know, on a cake. It's got like little bits on there, like fondant. Really beautiful building. So yeah, I totally get that. So that's in India, in Kolkata, a beautiful building. Look at the size of this thing here. So this tram here has got one horse. So the trams were supposed to have been around 1870s. First electric trams, that is. But the size of that building, guys. Seems to be some building going on in the square there. And it's my belief that that is in Berlin. Says down there. Oh, Warsaw, excuse me. It's close. One king, one flag, one fleet, one empire. What a crock of bleeding shit that was, eh? So here's the Phoenicians. It's a definite clue with the Horn of Plenty. You see it in every single alchemical Phoenician depiction where they're always stark naked. They bring and like introduce new vegetation, new fruit after a reset. That's what I think. And they're weird physiology. It's like people don't really look like that. They're always weird shapen. So remember I mentioned earlier, the Chinese are definitely lacking, even though they were supposed to have dug and laid the endless amounts. Can you imagine how many trees would have had to go to put all the telegraph poles across America, or every single railway sleeper is made of wood at that time, yeah, not concrete. Can you imagine the trees necessary to make that? Check this. When money was worth something in America, we love the old greenbacks. Bring back, fuck off, Federal Reserve Bank of Pennsylvania. Yeah, $5, Pennsylvania. And do you know what you don't get? A president anywhere, or any Masonic coding, or any devilish stuff, or anything like that going on. Just a nice little old happy money thing. So I actually really love American dollars. I get more buzz because they smell like money. And Britain, we got plastic money. So this may be true. Masturbation. Men, ham-shank. Women. Okay, we got a hammer. That was a bit much. Hot dog. A torch, a microphone, a carrot, a Snickers, a pickle, bottle of champagne, corn on the cob, and a banana. So this is a beautiful colorized image of a beautiful Tartaria building. This is in Buffalo. We've seen this many times. I've actually got a T-shirt with this building on the front. But look, the lower windows there. But what a beautiful picture. Look at this cart here, guys. Can you see this? It looks like a golf cart. There's no engine on the front. This is electric. And there's there's all them seats there. It's craziness. And I don't know what this guy's wheeling across here. It's just some sort of wheelie thing. I don't know what it is. But what a beautiful photograph this is. Colorized. And that building, wow. Just wow. So Phoenician. And look at the resonators in the top. That roof could be anywhere in Europe. Like Poland or Germany or Britain even. Anywhere. But wow, guys. Look at that beautiful building. Ka-ching, swing, really, with a dragon. Do you think that's going on, guys? Do you think there's a dragon will pop by? Maybe they spoke. Maybe they were hot lover. Who even knows? But I bet you never thought about that before until tonight. Oh, I wonder if people had sex with dragons. Well, I've woken up next to a few.
Don't look at me.
No, sorry. So yeah, did you know this? It's a common prank among Japanese kids to stick your fingers into other people's butts when they are not looking. It's called concho. So yeah, it's going to be weird if you ever go to Japan. I'd be like, fucking hell. Right, this is in a Swedish textbook, 1918, The Average Masturbator. Let that just sink in for a bit. What, guys? What? Touching me, touching you. Here's Cleopatra. God, she's hot stuff. And she's Welsh. She spoke 9 languages, guys. She was the greatest intellect of her time. Here she is arriving. All her gang's like, wow, man, look at this brain box. And she's super hot. She's like, I don't know, I'm trying to think of someone. I was asking myself a question. If I wanted to be like reborn in this time as any particular person in reality, who would I be? I couldn't come up with anyone by myself. So that's good. Stay away from negative people. They have a problem with every solution. Albert Einstein. Yeah. Stay away from loud and vexatious people. They're hazardous to your soul. Okay, Desiderata. Who wrote it? Fuck knows, doesn't even matter. I follow my life by the rules of the Desiderata, and it's done me good. Harry. Here is a Nova Scotian Canadian hockey team with their swastikas. Today, I went up to the hill fort, and my friend was up there metal detecting. And I spoke to him. He's a history buff. And I said, "You had any good finds?" He's had coins, but he found a key in the hill fort, which is apparently 6,000 years of inhabitation there. And he showed us a photograph of it, and the chuck bit, the key on the key, was a swastika. And this isn't from World War II. This is an old Celtic object that he found, proving that, you know, there's a connection between India, Wales, and the whole narrative. Okay, drones. This is in 1949, just after World War II. And this guy has a remote control helicopter. I don't think drones are a new thing. Nothing new is under the sun. So, do you know these big crinoline gowns? I think there's a bit of a psyop going on with these, and this is what it is. It's to keep men away, isn't it? If you like, basically, yeah. So, firstly, how do they live in a muddy world? How do they go to the toilet? Don't worry, there's no toilets. Anyway, so they got these big crinoline gowns with loads of layers of wood and stuff. Here's some troops. They come for a ball, basically, but they can't get close. It's got to be arms left dancing. If you do try and get in close, it just goes ping, 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 and then it's basically the woman. She just pew, shoots out of the dress like this, pew, naked, pew, and you're left with a crinoline gown, and that probably sets a light. Maybe not. Ah, look, these little cute pigeons looking at you. They took a selfie. They're saying, looking at our building. Yeah. This is a weird photo. This is Westminster Abbey, where they crown all kings of Britain. It's in the centre of London. You may see Big Ben in the background. Did they miss the landscape? Where's everything? Where's infrastructure? Where is everything outside of Westminster Abbey? Where's the roads? Where's everything? Is that it? Where's people? It's centre of London. What's going on? And what makes them so black when there's no cars? It's potty, isn't it? There's a clock in that one, but there's not in that one. Just a speaker. So yeah, got to have king's crowned in there on top of the stone of skew. I was yesterday in a throne in town. It's St John's Church, St John the Baptist Church. I think Backpole was here too, John the Baptist. So I sat in the throne and I had all like goose pimples go up the back of my head, like a little rush, just from sitting in the chair. Don't know what that was. I think it's something to do with thrones. So this is in a Mexico City museum. It is not AI. It's in a Mexico City museum on exhibit. So what's going on with it? Well, I think it looks highly technological. What are the devices? It could be some sort. What's the baby's head anyway by there? Maybe they're just using brain power to run it. You know, like the flux capacitor when you can chuck cabbages in. Or maybe they're just using brain juice. There seems to be brain juice coming out. Well, he's operating something, isn't he? It could be a flying device. I know what George Snorri would say. Right. Well, I think it looks like high technological stuff to mine eyes. I got the missus to come out to the pub after. She needed convincing, huh? Look at his eyes. I never did nothing. She's like, oh, well, I only get 1 or 2 a week. They'll heal. But she's happy now. She got a ale and a ciggy. British life. How many window cleaners do you think you needed in the old days? Here is the window cleaners. Turns up in London to clean your windows. You get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 window cleaners, and all they want is a bob. 5p to clean your windows. Now I got to pay £7.50 to my windows cleaned. He only does 3 windows and he leaves smudges. I did better. I'm a better window cleaner than that. So here's the big guys back in the old days. As long as they were nice, if they was big and they had attitudes, I'm not being funny, guys, we'd have to bring them down a peg or two, wouldn't we? Big fuckers and bossy and bullies. Yeah, we're people. We are humanity. Yeah, woo-hoo. We're the best. Okay. Sumer are weird, aren't they? The Sumerians look really weird, but Sumer got giants, and Sumer were also early occupants of Britain, along with the Phoenicians. Check out their little goggles, and they have giants. Yeah, Sumerians are way bizarre. Somebody broke open a stone and they found a fossil of a fairy. And as you know, I believe fairies to be real. My mother's seen a fairy come up from the drain, flew in front of her face, and then flew back down the drain again. And she never ever backtracked on that. She's like, yep, fairies are real. I think they're real. Goblins are real. Fairies are definitely real. And there's another realm close by where all of them live. Goblins, elves, pixies. I got elf years because I'm an elfling creature. And fairies. Definitely. So how times change. Tricara. This is a Cornish town of St Ives, right on down on the tip of Cornwall. We got an old world church, and here they are back in the day. The Cornish people. And they probably spoke Cornish. They didn't speak English back in Cornwall in the old days. They spoke Cornish. So here they are, the wagons. They're going to go and populate the West, build giant cities that we all go to today. Yeah, woohoo! Let's share it for the wagon trains. Woohoo! Woohoo! Quick, build a circle. Here's the Indians. Oh my God, they're going to take our women. Oh my God, they got axes. This is not axe. So what we got here is, museum, something or other anyway. I don't know what that is. I think he's a milkman. Oh no, that's right. He's doing warm milk on the streets. I remember. Air conditioning back in the old days. So here's some dancers. Probably going to be really successful in burlesque, which is very popular in the day. So these two Daleks, they finished work after they worked on Doctor Who, and they couldn't get on a bus. They couldn't get actually upstairs because they haven't got legs. They were like, exterminate, exterminate, let us on that fucking bus. Let us on that fucking bus. Exterminate. This is a nice little reminisce. What it was like to live in the 70s. Here's a couple in London in 1972, living in one room with no kitchen really, a little kitchenette. You can see they got to eat over here with a 1-bar electric frigging fire. Yeah, this was my childhood. Look at this. Well, I never had one room. We had a house, but you know, this was it. And they got 3 kids. Yeah, this is where contraception is a good idea. So, but I'm sure they all turned out really happy and everything. I hope. The hippies of 1972 and no money. Oh, so in the old days, HD telly around your street. This is in London, the London County Council election they're advertising for, but it's the most attard ray, and it's Mickey Mouse with a ray gun. In the 1930s or early 30s or late 1920s, I'd say. Don't get that nowadays. Here's Betty in the 1920s. She's asking Plod, which way do I go? She really knows because she's from there. But she's 8'10" because he's 6'4". Oh, the things you see walking down a London street, completely normal. Although there's a bit of a head scratcher. Wondering what's going fucking on. There they go. All right, we've got to scrub the streets. Don't want it all stinking up. We're going to have a lovely clean Britain. We don't want a bloody stinking bloody Britain, do we? No, we don't. That's right, Mavis. Oh, she's a whopper, isn't she? Look at her. So she's Scottish, and I can't remember her name, but she lived a long life, and she was, I think it was 7'8", but she was a giant anyway. Scottish giant lady. This is weird. This come up on my feed. This is fucking really weird. Apparently, the Sun newspapers say moon magic, rare lunar standstill. That hasn't happened in 18 years. Will create extreme moon effect. Exact timeline to watch. Right. Well, this was months ago. Mainstream are saying, right, that the moon stopped in its tracks. Well, that kills heliocentrism stone dead right the fuck there, doesn't it, guys? If they're saying that. The moon stands still. Whatever. So here's another American bit of antiquity, but it's a bit ruined. You can see it's all rubble outside, but it's a temple. But you can see there's steel inside. Something's happened to this building. Something's happened full stop. A vintage. So what they had in the old days is beards. Apparently, it was big industry in beards. People could buy a beard and walk around. A bit like them big bushy eyebrows the young women are wearing today, thinking it's all okay. Just saying. But yeah, bushy eyebrows. They're eyebrows. Sorry, they're not beards, they're eyebrows. Okay, this is interesting. Not tonight, Josephine. My penis is in a jar. Stolen penis. When the French Emperor Napoleon Bonaparte died in 1821, whatever, a person performing his autopsy took a unique souvenir, his penis. After he cut it off, he gave it to a Corsican priest. Oh, lovely. It was passed on for centuries amongst other priests until most recently it was bought by a urologist who passed it on to his daughter after his death. Okay, so he was busy a lot in death as well. It's still legal. He's still a legal owner, and he's been offered 100 grand for it. So let's have a look at the old intruder, the old Napoleon boner. Let's examine Napoleon's boner. Is that supposed to be a scrotomo? It must have been shriveled up. So. Because he's supposed to be a little cunt, isn't he? That don't mean nothing, does it? It's not a whopper. Oh, that's why she was always smiling. This is Lady Good. What? Bonaparte. Bonaparte. They're like children. They always join in. It's brilliant. So this is Lady Godiva. So apparently she's moaning about taxes. So she goes through the streets of Coventry with shit all on. I should encourage this to happen more. Maybe you should all complain about council tax. And notice she's ginger, but yeah, she's Lady Godiva. Lady Godiva. Oh, I love Catherine. So Princess Alexandra was Princess of Wales back in the day, and Catherine is Princess of Wales 2022. She's got a striking similarity to her. Actually, looks really like her. I think she's really got a beautiful face. She reminds me a bit of Carly Simon.
She does.
She looks like Carly Simon. And I love Carly Simon. But she looks really beautiful, doesn't she?
She's very beautiful.
Very beautiful. I love Kate. Hope she's all right. Oh, if you Kate, if you ever watch Planet British, nah, she don't watch Planet British. She's royal. So here's Henry VIII. He brought out the Protestant religion. Basically, he's had a shit full of the Catholics, and he's like, "Yo, Pope Pius." He went, "What?" He said, "Fuck off with your religion. Is it? I'm having Protestant because he's Welsh." Henry. Here's some of his wives. He didn't marry them all one at a time. He had them all around at the same time. Yeah, Anna Cleves. I think he killed her with a cleaver. Anna Cleves. Anne Boleyn, she was nice as well. It all got very confusing, but it's strange times. This is a heartbreaker. I feel sorry for him. This is poor Prince Louis. I'm not saying poor Prince Louis because this is obviously very rich, but I feel for his soul. Actually, he's looking at the people and he's thinking, "I want to be like them. I want to be just people. I don't want to do all that stupid shit they're making me do. Oh fuck! I don't want to be king because he's going to be the king of the universe in one day." And he's a naughty boy. He likes to piss around and all of that. He's a good little kid, really, but he's sad, and I'm sad because Louis is sad at this moment. Heartbreaking. So let's have a look at Mary Queen of Scots. She's another ginger as well, isn't she? Mary Queen of Scots. Apparently, according to Elizabeth I, her half-sister, she's got a bit of a conspiracy going on to have her executed or assassinated. So she gets wind of it, Elizabeth I, and then she has her sorted royally, if you know what I mean. Here's a skull. She looks little, didn't she? She had a funny nose as well. But we don't know what drugs they were on back then. And little years. And here is her sister, Elizabeth I. Some think she was a bit of a dude. She looks familiar. She reminds me of someone. But she's Welsh. She's a ginger. And she pops everyone off, because she does. And she's got the first proper police state. But I think the ancient world had a police state. Probably more than what it's like now. Oh, Rapunzel, let down your hair. So here's the lady in the tower. Okay, she's waiting for a knight. It's like, he's late. I just checked my sundial. He's a little bit late. Oh, he comes and rescues me. The dragon's coming to burn me at 4. So that is the thing you do in chivalry. Is you go and find a maiden in a tower and go and save her. Yeah, I mean. So here we go. Here's a royal crown. It's like they got all the best gems in the world on the crowns, haven't they? These are obviously emeralds of some sort, but beautiful crownage. Here's another royal. Queen Victoria with her husband, the German, Albert. And apparently they were very close. He dies and she moans forever. Cries into her sandwich. Cries into her latte. So you can see, I don't think it's a real big mystery with the Voynich manuscript, really, guys, is it? Yeah, you've got crowns, you've got things we recognise, the Holy Grail. The Holy Hand Grenade is in the Voynich manuscript, although it is on some book here, which I don't know which book that is, be really interesting. But I think it's definitely Phoenician, the Voynich manuscript. It's only a small book, you know. And then you get this weird stuff in there, which is pretty inexplicable, actually. But, you know, it might be to do with, you'll see what it is if you under the influence of hallucinogenics. This lady found this in Antiquity. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's a fossilized turd. I think she thinks it's a vibrator, though, by the look on her face. But, well, it is. Just saying. So they've been around a while. They don't vibrate in the ocean world. There's no batteries. Oh, he goes on for milk, aren't you, little one? Oh, you've got cute purr. So look, these bonnets here, they were worn by the Puritans, etc. They wear them in Wales as well. And not only that, I found out as well that the Amish, yeah, you know the Amish, yeah, guess where they started or where they're from? Yeah, no shame. Elizabeth as a teenager. You don't see too many Elizabeth I as a teenager. It's a bit more girly there, though. Some of these jewels are still around. You can visit them in museums, Elizabeth I stuff from 500 years ago. Here's an Egyptian lady, skull, and she had hair implants, hair extensions, even back then. Like nothing new under the sun. Oh, 635 of you still watching. Thanks for being here. People on Facebook, hiya if you are over there. And thanks for just being here generally, guys. Go and do anything, couldn't you? So you spend your time here. Really grateful. This is interesting. Seen this? Den of Iniquity. It's really weird. It makes no sense. In early 1762, London was gripped by the accounts of a ghost called Scratching Fanny, who was haunting a lodge on Cock Lane. The press frenzy took off in late January and crowds gathered at the property, often making Cock Lane impassable. A committee included writer Samuel Johnson concluded the haunting was a fraud. Scratching Fanny and Cock Lane. Okay, it might be true. Sounds feasible. Anyway, here's Elizabeth. You may not have known, she loved to cut a rug. Apparently, the young Elizabeth I was a wicked dancer, and they had a version of medieval techno music, I reckon. And here's a band. You can see by their faces that they're really, really getting it. I reckon they are brilliant. Some of the medieval music's really funky. But yeah, Elizabeth I, she loved to cut a rug and dance. Did you know that? Look at the size of that fireplace there. Jeez. Okay. Grammar. The difference between feeling your nuts and feeling your nuts. Interesting. Oh, come on, guys. It's Pride Week. Let's keep fit now. One to the left, one to the right. Come on, sunbeams. We're never going to make it. Okay, left to the right, left to the right. Okay, knees up, knees up. Oh, that's nice. Okay, paint a rainbow everywhere. I think I'll get away with that. It's all right, mate. Anyway, this guy tried to make a homunculus and fucked it up completely. He never got the flesh on it, but still he lived. He lived, and he's happy. No, I'm in full support of it. I think everybody should do what they want to do. This is what I think people should do. You do you, boo. Yeah. If you're happy, you're happy. Just don't bring it on me. Yeah. If I'm not happy with it, keep it to yourself. That's all. That's what I'm saying. So, yeah, that's nice. I don't know what it is. I'm just tripping out a bit. That's probably just a normal picture. Don't know. Oh, if I could only fucking take it. It's floating. I've already taken it. No, I can see it everywhere now. Oh, please, God. Please, please, please. Yeah. Give me kung fu strength. So I think this is what they were doing in the past. Monks. They were getting chi energy from the power of God. Definitely. I'm getting it. I'm getting the chi energy, power of Godage. Antarctica, our last frontier. This is an interesting map from 1957, where they're making up all of this shit that they got in Antarctica. Like it's there or something. Whatever. Anyway, coming back. Got more happening, guys. I'm going to... there's me this week. And I went to see the grave of Joseph Mammafia. I feel very holy at this moment. Yeah, there I am. And look at this shadow that comes through. All like rainbowy and stuff. And this is a totem. It says Welsh things on it, like "Ble my hoffi coffee." There's me in my throne. Okay, and we went into the church of St. John's, and it's basically like the hub of the Knights of St. John, which are a bit like Knights Templars type of thing, type of affair. So yeah, I was very happy with all that. So, fact of British. I went about this week looking at historical stuff. More boots on the ground soon. So make sure to get over to Dave Knuckles' channel. He's down below in the descriptions box. Excuse me. Let's get that advert off. And he went to Stonehenge. There he is in the car with his fam. And he went off to Stonehenge. Go watch that video, and it is buzzing. You can feel the energy when you get there just watching it. Even though the stones are probably a psyop or whatever, it doesn't stop the hippies having a good time, which it doesn't. Back in the day, it used to be fantastic. So a lot more than that, I tell you. So get on to Dave's. He's awesome, Dave is. So dating. This was interesting because we found some dates in the graveyard yesterday. So the J comes up in conversations in the added 1,000 years all the time. But the fact still remains that they tell us 1524. Until the year 1524, there was no letter J in the alphabet. The letter J was originally the same letter as I. The father of the letter J was Gian or Giano Trisoni, the Italian author of Grammarian, who lived in that time. So there was no J at that time. It was I for Jesus. And here we had some graves inside St. John's Church. It's a 900-year-old church, almost 1,000-year-old. St. John's Church in Cardiff. It's on the John Speed map. There was a grave here really early. It was a J, a 6, and a 7, and a 7. So that definite date anomaly going on there. Excuse me. And they had some lords and saints in there. Michelle checking out the datages on the floor. And there was one year that had a I7.07 and this thing. So that was confusing as well. So, you know, each to their own. Excuse me. I think it happened. But you can see here, there's an example here where they actually give you the explanation, the A equals the J for the added 1,000 years. And I think it is a thing. I've seen too much evidence to think otherwise now. So this is coming up next weekend. There'll be no Fartaday, but you will see lives and basically not a lot. Well, if I can get a live together, I might. But I'm going to record videos and I'm going to do loads of shorts. All the truthers are going to be there. There's music. I'm going to get around a campfire and sing Gingang Goody 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 Go Watcha Gingang Goo. Probably not that though. Probably some cooler song. And it's on a beautiful site indoor. There. So yeah, a load of truthers, people I can't remember actually. I don't know hardly any of them except the fly earthers. So yeah, it's on a beautiful site. We've experienced the Quentine stage, and they got a flat earth tent. I'm going to be doing Tartaria presentation in there with a 3,000 capacity. So nice little festival. Not too many people. That's what you want. There's bands. Don't know any of these. So there's Daz Band, who's Darren Nesbitt there. The old Darren H, stick the New World Order at the bottom, and we're all gonna have a good time. DJs, these guys, I'm gonna be hooking up with Rise Above, and I'd meet them. Haven't met them yet, so that'll be really awesome. That's next weekend. As I said, you can get a day pass or pass the weekend. You can get a tent, and Bournemouth is only 5 minutes down the road. You can get an Airbnb there or whatever. So that's what's happening. The truthers are doing some truthing. Okay. It's going to be good. When's the next Phoenix event? When's the... Well, it's Henrik. Unless I get a message from the Lord above. There's no one possibly know that. But we're already going through a reset. The sun's doing one, isn't it? Yeah, so I think that when that is completed, consciousness will rise again, and we will be in like that golden era again, or what some regard is the 1,000-year reign of Jesus Christ. But a better time, definitely, for all. Rise Above Live is amazing. I've caught them once or twice. They did mention me when I was there once before, but I would hook up with the British guys, isn't they? From up north. So yeah, they're cool. So who we got here? We've got Henrik. Thanks for your question, Henrik. I don't know. I don't think I could possibly know. Mr. Razda, good to see you. I made a photo of the house in 1901. On the wall it says J90J. So J is not a year, Jesus, as they also say, in my opinion. Interesting. I haven't seen anything from the 20th century with a J connotation. Hans Herry, where are the Slavs? Yeah. Oh, Slavs, but it meant sleeves. I don't know. Probably in Slavia, where they keep them. Okay. Where? Hang on. Donahue's. I wish I could go to Wales to see your show. Oh, maybe you just intend it, magic it, or something. Maybe a long way away though. Have to catch a plane and everything. Ian Briggs. I saw it pointed out. He saw the crafty image, and there's Hippie Shaky sharing Dave's channel, which is awesome. So Marcel, good to see you, my brother again. And US Media, my friend, good to see you. I have a few coins with the J on and an I on a date. Interesting. I've got one or two as well, I think. Not sure. Got a load of old coins, a lot of old books as well. Joy, good to see you. Front row seats, good to see you again here today. Crafty Kid. Anthony, what's happening, mate? What time is it there? It is 10:30, so I've been going 2.5 hours. So, how many of you here? Still just nearly 600 of you watching. Do you want some more? Want some more juiceage? Okay, we'll give you a little bit more. I've got some more. Thrice Born, good to see you. And and Adam Cook, my brother, who's been very, very epic, and Mel, and Ian, and Verity Walk. Ah, good to see you. Eucalyptus Love Thrice. Wiggly, Eucalyptus Love Thrice. Okay.
Crafty Kim wants to know if you're going to go live from the festival.
I will try. Yeah, I will try and do a bit. Yeah, I will. Basically, if all of the troopers are together and it gets very epic, which it will be, I want to share that. So I'll do shorts. Or maybe try Fartaday just to do like an hour live walk around with that. But my phone is shit. Yes. I'll work something out. It's just the microphone. I'm not happy with the microphone on my phone. My phone's bollocks.
Raina wants more farts.
Raina wants more farts. They're not for everyone, apparently. Oh, they're trying. Thanks, Marianne. You're awesome too. And thanks, Ian Briggs and Crafty Kim and all you good people of this earth. Susan, good to see you. Saying bye to us. Donnie, good to see you. And all our lovely peeps. Right, I'm going to share some more pictures for a little bit. And then we'll be out here. Okay. Excuse me for one moment. I did have loads of videos saved, actually. I don't know. There's so much. Okay, these are interesting. We'll have a look at a few of these. Can have 10 minutes. And make sure, please share this out, 600 of you. And let some people see the Fartmageddon that happened earlier. Sent people running in disgust, holding their noses.
They weren't real. It was...
Well, they might not be real. They could be bots. Well, it might be. I've never seen them. You know, they shit out of nowhere. You've never seen them before. You know, 10 years. I know everybody used my peeps, but they shit out of nowhere. So these are really interesting. These are. Maybe I should have told you what they were before I shared them. They are in Turkey and Pannonia, the Kingdom of Pannonia, which has had a few different names in the past, and it's near Anatolia. But check out the. Well, when I looked at it, I was like, my God, look at this going on. It's got a mud flood everywhere. But these enclosed buildings with minarets, they're really, really big. And the building on the top, that's where their highnesses would stay to escape any flooding. Papa. So obviously this looks a bit star footage. So there's definitely a star photo going on them. These are some sort of engravings or etchings. So Turkey has amazing star photos. You can see the Antiquity years all smashed up. Look, see that a lot on these pictures. Always a bird's eye perspective from a certain angle on all pictures. I don't know what's with that. City of Arab. It's got giant star forts. So the Arabs got the same star forts as the Europeans and everyone everywhere else. Look at that. And that star fort there has got crazy tower sticking out of it. 2 towers. And a pontoon bridge, which is interesting. There was a temporary measure over to another star fort. So really strange. Turkey should have so many star forts, but there you go. A city on top of the mountain. Check that. Looks like skyscrapers as well. And our little city clinging onto this big rock thing on the coast. So yeah, if you're going to put it up high. That's grand, wherever that is. Hang on, what's that in the corner over here? Some sort of circular wall. What would that, and another wall all the way around, what would that be for? Protect the town from mud. So there's water being pumped out of this weird Starfort island. How are they pumping water? I wonder. So these are from 1600s and looks very Germanic. This is something Berg. So it can't all be Turkey. No, they're not. Some of them are European. So all star footage going on here though. Look at this. Yeah, they just occupied themselves in these star forts, which are already there. Often. No, like it's an Islamic feel to this. You've got the minarets, huge minarets, in fact. And what looks like an electric fence. Crazy. Zappage. Kashtuha in Uber. Not sure. There's a river called the Oder. That could be. But they haven't got minarets like this in Germany, really, have they? Or are they just towers? I'm confused. Oh, that's definitely minarets and star footage. Amazing. Yeah, some are in Bohemia, some are in Germany, some are in Turkey. They're just European. Okay, Novigrad. So this would be in Russia, and you can see a broken tree and a crazy star fort thing going on. What?
You.
Fractals. Oh yeah, it's definitely fractal geometry. That's what this place is, isn't it? I've seen it. I can see the pixels in reality in daylight now. I don't need to see them in light. I can see like literally the structure of this place, like now, with thine own eyes. St. Martinsburg, yes! Woohoo! Let's show the flat thumbs. Okay. Martinsburg. Excellent. Okay. There seems to be a mixture of faiths. They all got star forts, but they definitely look Islamic over orthodoxed. Forgot to say though. So I wonder how they got up in the air to make these engravings. I don't think they were doing balloons in the 1600s. Look at this, Constantinople, Turkey. Oh my God. It looks like Manhattan. Look at all the skyscrapers and the minarets. Byzantia. Constantinople is a very long word. So they called it Istanbul. Bullshit. So I hope you've enjoyed today's post. It's been fun. We've had a giggle. Hope you've learned something today. I don't think wagon trains make any sense. Look at this. Nimrod's Tower of Babel. Oh my God, look at it. Tower of Babel. Look at the size of the people. Oh my God. It's like if it was there or something and they've drawn it. My God, it's Phoenician as anything. Nimrod's Tower of Babel. Drawn. And they got the measurements. Like if it's there. That's nuts. Huh. Yeah, check this out though. This is a Lee van der Haar Atlas picture. I've seen this before. And it's of Giza Plateau when you get like just nothing like it's there today. All of these pyramids. I'm guessing this is the Great Pyramid. But what's that? Is that a Sphinx? Is that a Sphinx? Is it? Okay. What the fuck? I don't even know what's going on anymore. And look at the bottoms of these pyramids. Just nuts. And again, from this bird's eye perspective. Curiouser and curiouser, said Alice. So that's a ship that has many, many Roman. Like, I bet that could make some speed. Whew. But they could be robots. So who have we got here? We got a Tartar king here. He might not be a king. So what's he got in his hand? Might be sage or something smoking. He's got a big fuck off gun though for that era. Shotgun even. Keep your eye out for any giants. Oh my God, look at him. Mr. Mirrorhead. Jeez. Huh. So the people of the world, eh? Look at the size on that ship, guys. How many people are on there? Hundreds. And they got crosses. I think these like Knights Templar or something. What flags are these? Templars. Could be a Templar ship. It's not Roman. Oh, look at that galley. It's literally breathing fire and flame out of the back and out of the front. In the days when it's supposed to be sails. Where are the sails? Where are the masts? What is this propulsion? It's Islamic. Okay. Well, we got balls of fire coming out of the cannons. Get that. But where's the masts and what is the propulsion? That is insane. Oh my God. So, giving broadsides to some whale submarines. I don't think Phoenicians came in submarines, I think. And battles. Let's see. In the Bosphorus, there's the Dardanelles there. Giant naval battles in the place where they had the Gallipoli event or battles of the First World War. Same area. Wow, check this guy. Double-headed eagles. He's got a bit of a wig on him, hasn't he? Mr. Wiggy. Okay, there's some Arabs chowing down. Some turbans on their heads, and they're eating what looks like a chicken leg, or not chicken leg, a lamb leg or something. But it looks nice. Doesn't look too dodgy, not like strange meat or anything. Fat powdered chips, David. Now that's very distinct possibility. If you collect enough fats in a bottle, I'm sure you'll be able to propel a ship by it. Might be a bit stinky, but that's Vienna. Oh, Vienna. So look at Mohammed here. Okay, is he? Why don't we just leave Mohammed? Look at the skyscrapers in the background. Let's check out his clobber. Wow, he's got amazing happy mat. He's got the Charlemagne happy hat. And check out his scepter, his zapper. Could do some serious damage with that, guys. Couldn't you? Infamy. They've all got it. Infamy. Yeah, there's a lot of executions going on. It's probably the Inquisition. Fucked off with everyone. You're a witch. No, I'm not actually. I'm a Gnostic. A witch. Burn them. It's heavier than a... What a witch is made out of? Wood. Yeah, so if it floats, it's not a witch. Exactly. So, a lot of death and destruction going on. Apparently so is the way of history. Who even knows? But yeah, star footage. This is how I discovered Antiquity back in the day. I was just looking at lead and Bandha atlases, maybe like 2016 or something, and then I just seen all these like resonators and stuff reaching up, and I was like, "What? They're like antennas," and they're both penny dropped live on YouTube. I was like, "Fuck me!" And then I said, "Antiquity." So there's a comet there. The comet of whatever going over Starfort. So yeah, they cause destruction, as I've covered many times. Barakan. Anyway, guys, I'm going to be wrapping this post up very shortly. And I hope you've enjoyed the show today. Loads of groovy images to look at. I'm sure you've agreed. Hope some of them blew your mind. I think that one plugged in the streets, that thing was pretty mind-blowing. Electricity under the street in old San Francisco is inexplicable. So, on wangy, one wangy. Here's some monks doing their thing. So let's just have a look how many of these are left, because geez, I thought there'd be so. Oh, there's hundreds. Okay, let's just whiz through. Luxembourg, what's that? I don't know. A shrine of some sort with palm trees. Amsterdam, lovely. Can't wait to go back there one day. Oh, Vienna. Okay, that's me. Make sure to catch up with all things Black Earth British. Wow, there's a lot of star footage going on. Excuse me. So it's a docks, isn't it? Anyway, that's me for almost 3 hours. Let me give you a few shouts. Make sure, please share this out. There's almost 600 of you still in chat. I've managed to retain for all this time. Thank you, Squirrel Sniper, Fearless Vic, you lovely. I've got merchandise apparently. Ooh, I've got a store. And Debbie, who's wishing Cheryl, lovelies. And 9% left on your phone, Barbara. Oh, geez. Well, thanks for being here, love. Thanks for using your battery hourage on us. Dragon's fire through the mouth. That could be true. Godzilla breathes fire like fart, doesn't he? So, thank you, David, for your input. That's our lovely Alva Billy Lynn and our lovely India. Thank you for the linkage, babes. And India Briggs and Sarah, Cheryl, and Vibes. Bravo, thank you. Make sure to share this up. Make sure to like this video and do all those groovy YouTube things. Thanks, Anthony. Night, mate. Boom Shankar. Brilliant presentation. Thank you, Susan. It's very kind. Everyone who's been here, I really do appreciate you being here. That's a prison, says Saxon. Oh, thanks, mate. Max, good to see you here. Maticus Farticus. Okay. Well, I'll be something different next week. I'll be Maticus Festivalus. Okay. Mady Grogan in the festival vibe. And I'll try my best to take some of you with. Just be there and you can check it out and see everybody. It's a hat of the Tower of Babel. Oh, I never thought of that. With a happy hat. Yeah, that's a good one, that. I like that. Thank you. Thank you, New West Media. Thank you, Kit, for being here. Sad I'm only catching it. Well, just start at the beginning, Kit. It won't hurt. I'm watching in increments, an hour a day. 3 hours is a lot for people to do in one go. I appreciate that. Augusta, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Gary, I can hear that kettle boiling. I'm feeling a cup of tea's coming soon. I'm looking forward to that. So thanks, guys, for being here. I got a lovely music on behind me. It's making me feel all loosey goosey. So it's some dirty old tricks. They won't get them though. Yeah, dirty fucking rotters, mate. You know it. Okay. Thanks, Lee. Thanks, Jojo. Dragon's Breath. I am the power. Thanks, you. Crafty Kim. I am the power. The power by the power of Fat Skull. I know it's difficult to believe I'm an actual adult sometimes, but there you go. Each their own. Thank you. It's what keeps me young, you see. Before the vapor canopy collapses. I met this lady once. You know her, man. Hey, first of summer, yes. So happy solstice. Let's have a fantastic rest of the summer. I hope to see you, some of you at the festival. It's going to be a good time. Probably the biggest event this year for the Truth is in Britain. Leaf Free, good to see you, man. Nice one, bro. Okay, I'm gone. Stay epic. I will be back this week. I'm going to be hopefully recording a video to blow your minds. But I need to get that together. I've got lots more here, which I haven't shown at all today. I do that every week because of lack of time. And that's me. Thanks, guys. And TJ, whatever that is, thank you for being here and your input as well. Seen you there. And Robert. And all you lurkers, yeah, you know I'm omnipresent and I can just remote view you from over your shoulder. We're closing my Brian. I made that up, probably can't. Anyway, thanks. Say goodbye, everybody. Woohoo! Bye. Wiggly flat thumbs for this week. Next week we'll be at a festival. See you soon, Sonia. Loves to all of you. Yay, as well. Loves to all of you, yay. Thanks, free man. Bye. Thank you, Dimples. Worldwide Ghosts. Thank you. Oh, thanks, Gary. It's Gary Felton, mate. Leslie and Marcel and Lee Free. Where's the festival? By Bournemouth in Dorset, mate. It's linked up down below. You can see. It's going to be a goodie. Yulia, we love you, Martin. I love you more. If it's a competition. Okay. Life is for real. Good test for the week. Thank you. Okay. I'm glad you dig it. Can you dig it? Oh, yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Dean. In Aloha Land. Okay, I'm gone. See you in a week. Be good. See some of you at the festival. Keep a look on Flat Earth British community page. Anything that happens, any info, any new stuff, and you'll see it all on there. Okay. Be good and stay epic and stay positive.